Are you getting fired up because Dustin Starr's coming in?
Yes.
You getting your wrestling deal on?
Yeah. You know it.
You know it. You didn't. That wasn't convincing at the end. You didn't believe.
Oh,
You
Are
were
you
good
are
until
you
the
scared
end.
at all, CJ?
You were like, yeah,
Why would I be
you
scared
know
of
it.
Dustin?
He said he was pretty upset about that the ruling, or was that Peter that was upset about
I'm
the
That
upset
ruling?
about
was
the
Peter.
rule.
that
Oh,
was
okay, never
upset.
mind then. You see him every
You
day.
got to keep our storyline together. Come on, man. Dustin was the champ. I'm upset. Still am.
I'm just the ref. I do nothing.
But now, why are you so fired up though? If you're just the ref.
I don't know. I just felt like yelling. Nah.
Okay.
I didn't
it's
do
good.
it. I didn't do it. Usually I do it on my way in. I just scream.
I got. We got a lot of interesting things to talk about over the next 3 hours of the program. Welcome in. This is the Peter Edmiston Experience with yours truly, Peter Edmiston, as Peter Edmiston, featuring Peter Edmiston and a Peter Edmiston joint.
It's been so long since you
I
did
know,
that.
I know.
I forgot that this was a Peter Edmiston joint.
I like to slip that in. every
Okay,
now and then.
all right.
I like to just see CJ's face when I do that.
We need a make a trailer for the show with some
right.
some music over it, be like a Peter Edmiston joint.
Just Peter,
Yeah.
starring Peter Edmiston. Just over the shoulder look, guns going. Hey, as Peter Edmiston.
That's right. CJ Hurt, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, hey.
Austin Eldridge.
Dairy Boy's in the building.
Austin giving you a little pre-show,
Yeah.
just pumping out the content over here.
It was kind of last minute too. I
Are you
hope it
tired?
wasn't too bad.
Are you tired? Are you,
I'm
your
definitely
voice tired? Okay. All right.
Hopefully it wasn't a terrible.
I got in the old automobile and I was like, well, hey.
The automobile. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's right. I've got an automobile. Pretty fancy. That's right. I don't drive a car, CJ. I drive an
You
automobile.
drive an automobile.
I
Okay,
drive
that's
an
what's up.
automobile. That's right. It is. It is. So today, as we mentioned, Dustin Starr, our wrestling buddy, is going to come on at 9 o'clock. Well, my hated enemy, but your wrestling buddy, who is, of course, the host of Championship Wrestling on CW30, and also the host in Arena at AutoZone Park, and coming up, FedEx Forum, as the Grizzly season is just getting underway. Not too much longer. It'll be next Sunday. Will be the first exhibition game next Sunday.
Good grief, it's already here.
Next Sunday.
Isn't that something?
Wild. And we got some Grizzlies news to talk about coming up. We got a lot of NFL to talk about. We will do that, including that quote-unquote game last night. We'll sadly delve into that just a little bit on the program. We have some big doings over at the University of Houston, where you got some stuff.
Yeah.
Some stuff is happening.
Yeah.
A unique situation is popping off. We're going to discuss that coming up. Also, the NCAA dropping the hammer on Kansas.
Or did they?
No, they did.
No, they definitely did.
They did.
Now what does it mean? Can they actually enforce it? All that stuff that remains to be seen. Can they prove their case? All that is still very much up in the air when it comes to the NCAA. You never quite know, but we're going to discuss all of that on the program. So it is a very busy show. As always, if you want to get in touch with us, you can. You can message us. We are on Facebook, Periscope, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter at Sports56WHBQ. For pity, I like to call it. Facebook, Periscope, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. For pity.
For pity.
If you want to, if that just helps you to remember, like a mnemonic
It doesn't.
device.
But,
It doesn't?
all right.
Okay.
No.
You weren't into mnemonic devices?
No. I tried them. Part of the reason I flunked out of pharmacy school, I was just grasping at straws, man, trying to get anything to stick. Mnemonic devices didn't work for me.
Well, grasping at straws is not going to get anything to stick. You need some sort of a adhesive for that.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, so
I was trying to get straws to stick.
Can't do it.
What a time.
Sounds like a phrase. Trying to get straws to stick.
Sounds like the name of an album.
It might be. So you can do all that. You can also get in touch with us via the old text line at 67129. That is the First Bank text line. And we appreciate you texting in. If you've not joined the text team first, you could do that really simply. All you got to do is one thing. You got to text 56JOIN to 67129. Just do it once. 56JOIN to 67129. It doesn't matter if there's a space, not a space, just the number 56 and the word join. All caps, but any combination of that. Those 6 characters, that's all we need. And then you're locked and loaded, and you don't have to do it again, and your number is locked in at 67129. You can send us a text anytime you like, and I would love for you to do just that. Of course, you can call us as well. 360-8255 is the number. 901-360-8255. That spells talk. 901-360-TALK.
Okay.
So we got that?
Yep.
You feeling all right?
Yes. Are you feeling okay?
Yeah. I mean, nothing lost for one of my teams.
It's rough.
That's
It's rough to be a fan in the Edmiston household.
Hard not
Are you
life.
trying to force this on your son and your daughter? You're not trying to force
Does the
this
rest of your
lifestyle
family have a fandom
on them, are you?
at all?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. I'm not a parent that's going to force.
Okay.
We watch.
I think the better question, CJ, would if he said yes to that would be, do you hate your family?
Yeah, so I mean, like I can't pass this incompetence along.
Okay.
The cycle has to be broken.
Okay. So they're free to choose.
Mm-hmm.
Have they taken a liking to anything yet?
No, not really. I mean,
Okay.
Minecraft, is that a game? Is that a team that people can like? Because my son likes Minecraft a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he likes to watch, but he's not into
He's
it.
not
Freaking out about.
Okay.
I'm not turning him. I can't in good conscience. Basically, any of the teams I like, I cannot in good conscience pass them along to my son, because not only it'd be one thing if they were bad. Like this year, the Grizzlies are going to be bad, but they will be bad with a purpose, and they seem to be reasonably well run and all that. So it would
There's hope.
absolutely.
there.
So and they would be fun to watch in the interim because there's young players and all this. So like you have no problem passing along the Grizzlies to your children. Like that's a guilt-free situation. Washington, you have an owner who is a terrible human being by all accounts, with a team that is committed to, sticking with all sorts of terrible principles, starting with the name on down to the way they do their business, the way they handle themselves, the way they handle other people, the way they are. You can run through and read the stories about that organization, and top to bottom, it's just terrible. I didn't start to be a fan when he was the owner, but once he bought the team, I mean, it's just like, well, you're just supposed to just drop the team. But on the field, off the field, it's a bad example of a franchise, and it's awful. Same thing is true to some extent of Tennessee. My soccer team's a disaster. Everything I touch turns to crap, basically.
But it wasn't that way.
I'm the anti-King Midas.
It wasn't that way, Peter. You were a fan when they won Super Bowls. You were a fan of Tennessee when they were getting those 10-win seasons, competing in the SEC East for that
like
SEC
20 years
East
ago.
crown.
It's been like 20 years ago.
So what has happened in the last 20 years to you to make you the one responsible?
I don't know.
Nothing is the answer, Peter. You don't have to put yourself through this. Did you watch the whole thing last night?
I mean, I watched what I could stomach.
Okay. I could stomach a half.
So up to the pick six, or
Basically, I started watching. I took a little powder, came back when the Redskins were like stuff was happening in the second half. They looked like, well, okay, maybe they, and then so there was about a 10-minute stretch where they looked pretty good. So that was neat. That was fun. The other 50, not so much. No. Turned Mitch Trubisky into Joe Montana basically. It was the first half. He's just slinging it. I'm like, well,
Mitch Elway out there.
It was unbelievable. But we'll talk about that in a second. But I got bigger fish to fry here.
Oh,
because I heard,
love fried fish.
I don't know if you. I ran across this yesterday, and I knew instantly I had to share it with you, CJ, and by extension with our people, because I know everyone's excited about Bluff City Law last night, and everyone's it started. And I didn't watch it, but I'm sure it was good.
I don't watch those type
I'm
shows.
happy for the city.
I'm glad the
and all
city's
that.
got the shine, though.
I don't really need to. I don't feel compelled to change my viewing habits just because it says Memphis or Bluff City or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it's good. It's good for the city and all that. So thumbs up.
And it appeared to be a good show from what I saw on the Twitter.
Don't know.
I'm glad the folks liked it.
I will make no statements about the quality of the show, but I like Jimmy Spence. He seems like a nice guy. Anyway, but that I was because TV and all that. I was thinking like, okay, and I was informed of the existence of the following thing, which I'm about to play for you. Prior to the Emmys Sunday, Terrence Howard, who I thought was basically not a thing anymore, but
Oh, no, last season of Empire, so he's still a thing. Lucius still running around out here.
And I know, but
Yeah.
he's,
Oh, he's still a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Terrence was interviewed prior to the Emmys. And I'm just going to play this for you, and I just want you to just listen to try to figure out what in the hell's going on with this. Was a live interview on live TV.
Celebrate on the big screen as well. Sarah and Jessica Holmes. Lucius is in the house. Terrence Howard here. You made huge headlines when you said after you complete these 15 episodes of Empire, you got to walk away for a while or forever.
For good. I mean, everyone keeps trying to tell me, don't say it's forever. But I spent 37 years pretending to be people so that people can pretend to watch and enjoy what I'm doing when I've made some discoveries in my own personal life with the science that, Pythagoras was searching for. I was able to open up the flower of life properly and find the real wave conjugations that we've been looking for 10,000 years. Why would I continue, walking on water for tips when I've got an entire generation to teach a whole new world?
That's a big remark. What do you intend to do?
Well, let me put it this way. All energy in the universe is expressed in motion. All motion is expressed in waves. All waves are curved. So where does the straight lines come from to make the platonic solids? There are no straight lines. So when I took the flower of life and opened it properly, I found a whole new wave conjugations that expose the in-between spaces. It's the thing that holds us all together.
And you're going to be sharing that?
I'm sharing that. On Tuesday, when I receive my star, I'm going to be able to prove that gravity is only an effect and not a force. I'm putting something on YouTube where I will build the planet Saturn without gravity and build the Milky Way galaxy without gravity.
Did you also say you're getting your star on Tuesday?
Yeah.
He's gonna build.
He's gonna build a planet.
He's gonna build the planet Saturn without gravity and build the Milky Way without gravity.
On earth? That's some good drugs, man.
I didn't know we could get that high. I didn't know as a collective, as a society, we were creating drugs that could get you that lifted.
Woo!
I did not know.
Well,
I'd heard
the flower of life, CJ, and that's now you're seeing
all
the
the
third
waves
eye.
are curved.
This thing is the third eye all the way.
I had heard about things that could keep you high for like 3 or 4 days. I did not know. I thought it was myth. I thought it was legend.
Right.
I didn't know we were getting this high.
I mean, but do you agree that
do I agree with
there
what?
are no, because listen, all energy is expressed in waves. All waves are curves. That is physics.
Deep knowledge.
So where do we get the straight lines?
Where's the straight line coming from? He lost me when he started talking about straight lines.
This is about being in the in-between spaces.
They're in the flower of life.
When we open up the flower of life, in between is where we have he's on YouTube. He's put this on YouTube, man. And Terrence Howard gets his star on the Walk of Fame today.
Yeah, he does.
And he's going to enlighten us, I guess, at this point.
He's going to build Saturn with no gravity.
Wow. Just wow. I got nothing
he
for
also
you.
says he's going to retire from acting and teach people whatever that was.
I hope not.
Whatever the hell that was.
I hope not.
He's going to teach you.
I hope not. That would be it.
He does.
Although I want to take that class.
He sounds like
rumor has it he's going to be a professor at Tuskegee. CJ, you want to go back?
Oh, that's what's up. See, you know.
Opening the Flower of Life 101 is what that's called. That class is called. The in-between spaces.
Ah.
Him and Matthew McConaughey are going to be side by side at Texas.
I mean, McConaughey sounds unbelievably normal compared to that. That is next level bonkers right there. And he posted on Twitter one time he tried to prove that 1 × 1 = 2, which turns out
to prove what
1 × 1 = 2 is what he wanted to prove.
Does it now?
It in fact does not.
I've been doing math wrong my whole life.
Many mathematicians have solved that particular equation. 1 × 1.
Mm-hmm.
My son actually was one of those.
Oh, was he?
He's a
Very famous mathematician.
youngster. They knocked that one out in kindergarten. But anywho,
I typed Terrence Howard in. The first thing that comes up, Google's like, "Hey, Terrence Howard, math." It's like, well, Google, if you're gonna tempt me with it, yes.
Yeah. So 1 × 1 is in fact 1.
Teriology. Oh, I'm in this rabbit hole now.
Oh, no.
Teriology.
I didn't know.
Yes.
I didn't know this was a thing. Oh, okay. Right.
No, yes. He title of the article, Terrence Howard believes 1 × 1 is 2, so he created his own language. This is like worse than a third eye.
Yeah.
He's got multiple eyes open. Now, Kyrie ain't this.
Oh, no, how much do you bet, though, Kyrie is, like, subscribed to his YouTube channel? I mean, 100%, right?
Yes.
100%.
Well, they're probably hanging out after he gets his star
100%.
on Saturn. That he
Kyrie's like,
gravity.
that's this Terrence Howard guy. There's a lot of interesting ideas. He's really got a lot to say. A lot of interesting things going on.
That show, boy. Hey, they ran
Actually, I don't know that
long.
him and Kyrie would get along because he said a lot of things about curved lines, and Kyrie thinks Earth is flat.
They ran Empire way too long.
No, the Earth is flat. In teriology.
And teriology ain't no telling. No, the Earth can be flat because there are no straight lines. Maybe in between.
No. It's slightly curved. It's not
Oh,
flat.
slightly.
It's not ever flat. Nothing's ever truly flat. In teriology. Nothing is ever truly flat. Nothing can be level. There are no levels in his house. Everything slides off the walls. There's no every time he puts something on the shelf, it just kind of slide. There's no straight lines. He doesn't use a level. Come on, man. Open that third eye. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. That in fact, there are the curvature of the Earth and the waves that we exist in, and the flower of life being filled with the knowledge and the pollination of the mortals and the immortals alike.
You stop for a second.
I just feel like we need this in
Everybody,
the background.
just pull it down some so I can read these 2 paragraphs.
Oh yeah. Keep that.
Here's teriology. In the article, teriology goes back to Howard's college days.
Teriyaki.
The future actor was studying chemical engineering at Pratt, but dropped out when he realized that he fundamentally disagreed with his professors about the basics of math. Not one professor, but multiple professors he had this disagreement with. The argument focused on the simple equation 1 × 1. How can it equal 1? Howard asked the Rolling Stone. And the universe? If 1 × 1 = 1, that means that 2 is of no value because 1 times itself has no effect. 1 × 1 = 2 because the square root of 4 is 2. So what's the square root of 2? Should be 1, but we're told it's 2, and that cannot be. I got nothing. I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm out.
One of the craziest things I've ever heard.
What? Huh?
This is teriology.
How did we get the square root of 4 and 2
Well,
in that
I love. First of all,
conversation?
I love the idea that you go to college and you have people who have been trained in this, and you just fundamentally disagree.
And I'm out. I'm not doing this.
And I'm not. And not. You cannot countenance the idea that you could just be wrong. We fundamentally disagree. Yeah, that's because you're wrong, and there is, that's why we disagree. No, that's not. That can't be it. I'm going to start my own whatever. I'm not going to call it anything. It's not a science or anything of that sort. It is a bunch of idiocy, waste of everyone's time. But the lack of just a basic awareness of what multiplication is. It has been proven. If you would like to. I have a good friend that's his thing. He's a PhD in advanced mathematics of the sort that I have absolutely no. I can't even
more power to him.
I can't even conceive of what he's doing. Some crazy combinatorics and all kinds of stuff. But you can prove, if you would like to prove that 1 × 1 = 1. You can. It has been done. You can solve for that equation. You can make that a solvable thing, and you can prove that it's true. If you want. I mean, he didn't want to do that, obviously, but think of it like that.
He devoted up to 17 hours a day to cutting up wires and plastics to form building block-like contraptions he believes will bring truth to the universe. He's created his own symbols so no one can steal his ideas. Patents were involved.
I'm surprised he didn't fundamentally disagree with how a TV show is supposed to be filmed.
I'm just wondering, again, this is the kind of behavior that gets somebody locked up.
This will be the last century that our children will ever be taught that 1 × 1 is 1.
Why is he so mad about that? I don't understand that.
They won't.
He's devoting a lot of time to just trying to disprove.
They
basics.
won't have to grow up in ignorance. 20 years from now, they'll know that 1 times 1 equals 2. We're about to show a new truth, the true universal math, and the proof is in these pieces. I have created the pieces that make up the motion of the universe together.
He says, a tweet at one point that said, this is the proof to the world of science and mathematics that 1 times 1 equals 2. And he's the people, the responses on Twitter are phenomenal. And somebody just says, essentially, you're telling me a 1 by 1 inch square has a total area of 2 inches squared?
No, that's not how math works,
No.
Peter.
What is multiplication? Multiplication is just whatever times this number, whatever times, right? 1 time.
1 time is 1. 1 2 times is 2. 2 2 times is 4.
I mean, it's really incredibly simple.
It's not though.
My favorite response to that tweet was, "I understand why you got thrown off Iron Man now."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he didn't get thrown off though. He didn't. He walked away from Iron Man
Because they were probably doing a lot of math.
They were probably
It's a
doing
lot
some
of
math.
yeah.
Probably doing math.
Somebody says 1 times y equals y. Yes.
Yes.
1 times apple equls 1 apple. Yes.
Yes.
Therefore, 1 times 1 equals 1. Thank you for coming to my talk.
Oh, that a way to break it down.
So anyway, Terrence, just remember, the sky people, the crazy folks, he is a third eye guy.
No,
He's a light.
he is
bringer.
not a third eye guy. This is beyond that third eye. He's on something else.
He's on something else for sure.
Yes,
Got to be.
absolutely.
So if you want to share any math thoughts, please feel free to do that. As a mathlete, this offends me greatly.
Ooh. Okay.
I mean, it's so.
I forgot you were a math.
The bigger lesson, of course, is that if just because you go to school, the idea is that you go to college and you would learn something, and if you don't agree with it, but it's provable, then you're wrong, not them.
Not for Terrence.
As someone who is not good at math and never has been all that great at math, I don't think I would spend that much time. I'm just going to take their word for it.
Because you're not a crazy person. That's the thing.
And he brought up Pythagoras. Did he not?
Yeah. Pythagoras. Yeah. The
Pythagorean theorem.
Uh-huh, yeah.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Mm-hmm.
What does my man have to?
They brought up the square root of 4, talking about 1 times 1. For crying out loud.
Pythagoras is rolling over in his grave right now. Look at this guy here.
I mean, it's
Somebody says 1 times 1 Pruitt don't equal 2 Pruitts.
Ooh, thank God for that. Only 1. Ugh. 1 times 1 equals the number of wins the Redskins may have this year. And it ain't 2, by the way. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Think about that. Send in some of your math at 67129. If you feel free to open your third eye and experience the spaces in between. If you'd like to open up the flower of life with us, you can do that as well at 67129. We'll be doing that all show. We're opening up the flower of life, CJ. And you must breathe deeply the pollen of
all the great scientists.
Knowledge or something. I don't know.
All the great scientists.
That's what they did. That's what they called it. We'll take a break. We'll come back.
Benjamin Banneker rolling over in his grave.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
George Washington Carver might get up from his grave. Bruce Banner. Another great scientist. Great, what is he, physician?
Yeah.
Physicist?
Dr. Bruce Banner.
Physicist. Dr. Banner.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Vision.
Yeah.
Rolling over.
Professor X.
Just hot. So we
can't be doing. We can't be having this. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Feel free to send in your math at 67129 on that. Or is it 1 times 1 equals 2? It doesn't. It will never. Sorry, Terrence. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 961 877.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
Campbell Clinic now offers daytime walk-in care, and you don't need an appointment. If you've got any kind of urgent break, sprain, strain, you can walk into any of their 5 convenient locations Monday through Friday from 8 until 4. There's no long wait you have to put up with the ER, and those doctors are really good, but they're not orthopedists. They're not world-renowned orthopedists who have come up with different procedures and written the manuals for them that are used everywhere in the world, and I'm not kidding you. And you can now see those doctors who treat the Tigers, the Grizzlies, the Redbirds. You can see them today without an appointment. And I'm talking Collierville, Germantown, South Haven, downtown at the Med Center, or even the Campbell Clinic Spine Center in Cordova. Now, if you've got something pressing, you got to go to work and you can bear the pain until the evening, there's Campbell Clinic After Hours. That's Monday through Thursday from 5 to 8 in Germantown, South Haven, even Saturday morning in Germantown. If you're injured, don't wait. Visit Campbell Clinic Walk-In Care or Campbell Clinic After Hours.
Bases loaded here at the top of the ninth. And the pitch. And it's out of here!
We deliver baseball caps, mitts, and everything you need to get ready for the game. But what you really get when FedEx knocks on your door is so much more.
FedEx Delivery.
Game day spirit. What we deliver by delivering.
Stop. Pick up your golf clubs. Head to my favorite place, Vantage Point Golf Center, 9580 Macon Road in Cordova. Open 7 days a week. Vantage Point Golf Center. They got it all. Top tracer powered by Top Golf. Track your shots like the pros. You know exactly where you hit the ball. Have a beer, eat a sandwich, and relax. Over 50 grass spots and fully lit for nighttime. There are 18 holes of mini golf. It's fun for the whole family. Visit Vantage Point Golf Center. They've got it all. 1 mile west of Houston Levee.
Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about genetically modified ingredients?
Don't like them.
Artificial flavors and colors?
No thanks.
Clean ingredients.
Now that I like.
When you care about what's in things and what's not, shouldn't your vitamins be clean too? Sundown vitamins are all clean all the time. Non-GMO, free of gluten and dairy, with colors and flavors from real food. We even have USDA certified Sundown Organics and kids vitamins too. When you're living clean, choose clean with Sundown vitamins at supermarkets, drugstores, or on Amazon.
Sundays and Mondays are special at the Butcher Shop, celebrating over 35 years of serving the Mid-South by giving a big thank you to you, their loyal customers. You can come in, relax, watch your favorite games, and enjoy hand-cut steaks along with a premium bar. Sunday and Monday nights from 5 until 8:30, you can get select entrees for $25. That includes a salad, baked potato, and bread, and you don't have to pick one, you get all 3. Some of those entrees are 10-ounce New York strip steak, slow-roasted prime rib, Atlantic salmon with dill sauce, marinated grilled chicken breast, grilled boneless pork chops, and crab stuffed shrimp. Plus, all appetizers and desserts are 20% off. Don't forget, Hamburger Friday every Friday from 11 to 2. It's the best. The Butcher Shop, always a Memphis tradition. Call 901-757-4244, 901-757-4244 for more information, or just stop in at 107 South Germantown Parkway in Cordova.
Hi folks, Rob Walker, Infinity of Memphis, and we've got a new Infinity crossover vehicle that has raised the standard of comparison to a new level. Imagine having both sports car performance and eco-friendly efficiency on demand, working together to empower every driving experience. The result of 20 years of engineering, QX50's award-winning variable compression turbo engine is the world's only engine of its kind. Like 2 engines in one, it delivers a combination of power and efficiency that is truly in a category all its own, and only Infinity has it. You'll never sacrifice performance for the sake of efficiency again. And QX50 MSRP starts at only $36,550, which is less than its Acura, Audi, and Mercedes competitors. Add to that QX50's award-winning sumptuous interior, and you have the best combination of performance and comfort in the mid-size crossover segment.
MSRP excludes destination charge, tax, title, license, and options. Infinity of Memphis or online at infinityofmemphis.com.
The Spirit Shop is having a broadcast all day Wednesday from 10 a to 6 p. The Spirit Shop is literally pulling out all the stops all day with Sports 56. Sample all your favorite bourbon, beer, and wines. We got a food truck. Come win lots of door prizes. Tickets to the U of M Navy game, $50 gift cards to Neil's Bar and Grill, $50 gift cards to the Butcher Shop, 4 rounds of golf at Wedgwood, including the cart. Make the Spirit Shop your liquor, wine, and beer oasis. 4848 Poplar.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
What's she gonna do about him?
Air horns here would be perfect.
Yeah, Soft Rock Tuesday could always benefit. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Welcome back to the program.
Him, girl.
Soft Rock
When you open up the
Tuesday.
flower of life, it's either me or him.
Well, it's probably you. I assume we're talking about who's the crazy one. It's you. Okay, so we're going to talk about Kansas and the lack of institutional control. We're going to talk about the game last night. We're going to talk about Houston and Derek King and a unconventional use of the redshirt rule with a lot of implications therein. Or we can talk about last night. I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, there's no reason to.
That's terrible. Just play Haskins, fire Jay Gruden, and be done with it.
Yeah,
anyway,
pretty much.
That's all I'm saying. And then make Daniel Snyder sell the team, and that'd be great.
Okay, I think we got everything figured out.
We nailed it, as far as I could tell.
Yeah,
just a terrible team, bad franchise, poorly run.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'll let CJ. Where do you want to start?
Let's go with this Kansas thing.
Okay.
Let's knock this Kansas thing out. I did not think anything was going to happen to anybody.
Well, nothing has. Don't assume that anything's happening.
Well, I didn't think it would get to this.
Oh, I figured they would charge them. I mean, they charge people lots of stuff, but as we've seen, the devil's in the details on all of this. It is a very serious charge as NCAA charges go. Now, are we concerned about the actual power of the NCAA to finish this job? We'll see. But the NCAA's enforcement staff has charged the University of Kansas with lack of institutional control. They've also charged Bill Self, the long-time head coach of the Kansas Jayhawks, with head coach responsibility violations. It is notable that they're going after one of the biggest of the big in the basketball world. The notice of allegations that they received was quite detailed. 5 level 1 violations. Those are the most serious. 2 level 2 football violations, which is just, you're doing this all wrong, Kansas. You can't.
How are you getting level 2 violations and that bad at football? You just won a road game against a Power 5 school this year.
But this,
since like 08.
Again, this goes to show that my theory of everyone is cheating is this is more fuel for that fire. Everyone's cheating. Every single school on planet Earth has at least a few of these level 2 violations that are out there. I don't think it's possible to go through the entire process of doing all this without picking up some of those level 2s. So it's just a matter of how many and how hard you want to enforce all of that. But anyway, NCAA sent this out. Kansas has 90 days to respond to the charges. The school, they've come out firing, including Self and the school. Self says, by the NCAA's own admission, through its public statements early this summer, it's no secret that there is tremendous pressure on the NCAA to respond to the federal court proceedings involving college basketball. In its haste and attempt to regain control, the enforcement staff has created a false narrative regarding me and our basketball program, Self said in a statement. The narrative is based on innuendo, half-truths, misimpressions, and mischaracterizations. I will strenuously defend myself and the program, but I will respect the process and not speak to the details of the case. It's a dramatic reading of what Bill
Now, that's exactly how he typed it. Or how he told somebody to type it. That is the energy of that statement.
That's how it's got to be.
Yeah.
So the NCAA bylaw in question here, bylaw 11.1.1.1.
Ooh, that's a lot of dot ones.
Equals
3?
No. 4. 11 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 equals 12. According to Terrence Howard. So what's 1 times 1 times 1? Is that 3? According to Terrence Howard?
I guess. I don't know.
I mean, if you throw the Pythagorean theorem in there along with other rules of math, it's got to equal 5.
Like that is where it gets Terrence. my God, you are letting the ones complicate you and cloud your vision.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, the ones in this NCAA bylaw state that a head coach is presumed to be responsible for the actions of all staff members who report to the head coach, either directly or indirectly. The head coach will be held accountable for violations in the program unless he or she can rebut the presumption of responsibility. This is interesting that this is applied here, and there seem to be a lot of cases where that wasn't necessarily applied, but I suppose that's neither here nor there. A head coach, theoretically, you could receive a show cause, could be suspended for a season. We'll see if that is actually what happens. The enforcement staff indicated in the notice of allegations that it, quote, believed a hearing panel could enter a show cause against Self for his involvement in 3 of the most serious allegations. They also indicate that the Kansas assistant Curtis Townsend could receive a show cause order as well. For the university's statement says that voluminous evidence demonstrates uncontestably that he did,
Voluminous
in fact,
is a sexy word, boy.
That's right. Voluminous evidence demonstrates uncontestably that he did, in fact, promote an atmosphere of compliance and fully monitor his staff. You ever fully monitored your staff?
Oh, every morning.
Always got to fully monitor your staff.
Always fully monitor the staff.
I love this statement. The university firmly and fully supports Coach Self and his staff.
Coach Self's staff is probably one of the best in the nation. Certainly amongst the best in Kansas.
You've always got to know where your staff is at all
You
times,
do.
though.
Yeah, because it's always with you at all times.
Yeah, but sometimes it feels like your staff is working by, sort of.
Yeah, it does have a mind of its own.
It goes rogue a little bit.
It has a brain of its own, man.
It goes rogue a little bit.
Yeah.
And sometimes ends up in some places that it probably, shouldn't.
That's why you have got to be the head of your staff and don't let the staff head run you.
You got to always maintain institutional control.
Let's say. Very much so. Very much so.
So there's statements all over the place. Bill Self's attorneys, personal attorneys are involved. The university's involved.
I love when the attorneys get involved.
I mean, we got all this. We got this all the way live. Now, what's interesting is that in the federal cases that involved these payments, so this is the part that seems particularly interesting to me. The federal criminal case in New York, the prosecution, their case was that the defendants had defrauded the universities. That was the whole point, that they had committed fraud against the universities and that they were able to convince that jury that the universities were victimized by these schools in order to run through these illicit payments and such. Well, if that was the case, then the universities would have been unwitting patsies in this scheme, and therefore the NCAA, where would the violation be when you had no knowledge of what was going on and you were, and this is the case that was peddled in the court. Now, that seems hard to believe, but
very much so.
But that's what was, so to me, the question is going to be, from a legal standpoint, can the NCAA supersede what has been done in federal court? And couldn't these universities just sort of lay back and say, look, federal court decided that we were the victims here. We didn't know. And doesn't that carry some level of import? Wouldn't you think? I know the NCAA, this is a self-policing situation here, but that would seem to be.
And that is how you get out of it. That this is the win-win the NCAA was looking for. Hey, we charged them. Well, the Fed said something differently. We can't go against the Feds, man. We charged them. We did our job. We did what we were supposed to. We did what you wanted us to do. You wanted us to come in hard on Kansas. Damn it. We hit them with all the level 1 infractions we could. But hey, Fed said, you know what? They didn't know. So who are we to go against the Feds? Who are we to go against their investigation? This is how you get out of it. And you're right. What happened in that federal case allows for not only Kansas, but Arizona and Sean Miller, Auburn, and Bruce Pearl to say, hey, the Fed said we didn't know. So guess what? We didn't know. We didn't. We couldn't know. You gonna go against the Feds? You can't go against them, man. And nothing gets done. I didn't even think they'd charge them with anything, though. This reeks of show. Like, this is all for the show. All to show that, hey, we do have control. We are in control of this thing. And if the feds didn't get involved, we would definitely have charged all of these schools with major violations. But since the feds got involved, we can't do anything about it.
I'm telling you, if you asked me to predict the ending to this story right now and what happens to Kansas, I would say absolutely nothing.
Well, and of course, because again, the NCAA has to prove its case.
Yeah,
and that's where they will falter, because that's what happens. Missouri and Ole Miss showed you that if you cooperate with the NCAA, you're an idiot and you're going to get hit, and you're doing their job for you. LSU, meanwhile, says y'all got to show me. Y'all got to show me what you got. Y'all got to prove it to somebody, because I don't believe it. And guess what? Will Wade's still coaching. I see no evidence that LSU.
You didn't come up and touch me.
It's got to be there. As it was put in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch this morning, NCAA investigators seldom catch serious wrongdoing. These people couldn't catch the flu. They aren't stupid. They just lack subpoena power. Unless you can make coaches testify under oath, facing prison terms if they lie, then you get nowhere. That's it. Who cares? None of this stuff, like
Coach Tyrone Davis still out there coaching, man.
I mean, it's just it doesn't matter, because the Kansas City Star, Vi Gregorian wrote a piece this morning about this. It said, if you love college basketball, chances are you've learned to compartmentalize the essential conflicts and dilemmas the modern game presents. The often shadowy path that leads many celebrated players to end up with the blue blood programs year after year. The fact that fraudulent dynamic smears the integrity of competition. How it all illuminates NCAA rules that prevent immensely talented players, often in need, who make the game so popular, from benefiting financially in any purely above-board way. And it's just the shoe companies and the NCAA and all these outside corporations making money, and the kids not making. If they are making money, it's under the table, and it's not nearly at market value.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. This won't matter.
Nope.
And even in a worst case scenario, if Bill Self gets punished, I mean, look again. Bruce Pearls came back. He won't. It'll be a short vacation, and he can go work in TV for a little bit and come back, and he'll be fine. He'll get another gig wherever he wants, no problem. You're good to go. I think it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But Kansas is in zero trouble whatsoever.
And even if they were in trouble, what are we talking here? We're not talking Kansas paying back all the money that the basketball program bought in over a period of time.
No. We're talking about competitively anyway. We just say, is it going to affect them? Are they going to be, held, ineligible? Are they going to be out of, no. Yeah, I don't see that happening. Let's take a break. We'll come back and continue here on The Experience. Peter and CJ with you in the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 middays, delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Soulfish Cafe has done something that no other business in the history of Memphis has ever done. They won 3 different categories in the Memphis Most. They won it for the best catfish. We all know that's the best catfish, and you can get it fried like everybody does, or you could get it, if you wanted to, grilled or blackened. It's the best. Everybody says it. Then there's seafood. We know about their beautiful shrimp. You can get those fried. You can get them grilled. The shrimp tacos are terrific. Memphis Most, best seafood. Then there's soul food. Yes, a third category, soul food. Their veggies are unbelievable. They've got this sauerkraut sausage Cajun dish that is amazing. I love the cucumber salad. Everything is always so fresh. And now, there's 3 locations with a 4th one coming to Wolf Chase soon. The original Cooper Young, the Shops of Forest Hill Irene, and of course the newest in East Memphis. That's on Poplar, just east of Perkins in the old Wolf Camera location. They're the best. You said it. They're Soulfish.
Gun enthusiasts in the Mid-South know all about guns and ammo at 3615 Summer and 577 Goodman Road, Suite 4 at the corner of Goodman and Elmore in South Haven, because they carry the largest selection of both guns and ammo in the area. They are authorized dealers of Colt, Benelli, CZ, Smith & Wesson, Glock, Ruger, Sig Sauer, Bergara, and a lot more. If you or someone you know is looking for something for self-defense, competition, hunting, or just something that goes boom, then get to Guns and Ammo, 3615 Summer in Memphis and 577 Goodman Road, Suite 4 at the corner of Goodman and Elmore in South Haven. 7.
An interesting creature inhabits the flat, arid plains of many an automobile dashboard. The bobblehead. It's most agreeable and will nod along to anything, despite having no brain function. But when the bobblehead hears how Geico not only saves people money, but also gives them access to licensed agents 24/7 online and over the phone, he'll nod even more vigorously because he knows you should switch. Because yes, switching to Geico is a no-brainer. Easy, bobblehead, easy. You're going to get whiplash.
Need physical therapy but don't know where to go? Tried physical therapy but had a bad experience? Grab your physician's referral and head to Revolution Physical Therapy at the corner of Goodman and Getwell. At Revolution PT, you'll get one-on-one, hands-on therapy. Better and more thorough than just going to the gym. Revolution is locally owned and staffed by neighbors who care about your maximum recovery. And they accept all major insurances. Certified in dry needling, expert in myofascial release. Always relaxed and friendly. Revolution Physical Therapy is just what you need. At First Bank Mortgage, their core purpose is to help you get to a better place. That better place may be a lower monthly payment, that vacation you thought was impossible, or getting into a home with a fenced backyard where your kids can play. To get into your better place, First Bank Mortgage makes decisions right here at home. Dedicated to helping you get to your better place, First Bank Mortgage. Call Daniel Mooney at 901-462-0145 today. NMLS 741022. Equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
It's not so much the things you say to me. It's not the things you do. It's how I feel each time you're close to me that keeps me close to you.
You are the woman that I always dreamed of.
Sing.
I knew it from the start.
In the backyard.
I saw her face and that's the last I've seen of my heart. Ooh.
What?
Yeah. Okay.
That's what Peter's saying to his wife on their first date.
Yeah, this is our song.
When's the last time you sang to your wife?
I sing my wife all the time.
Okay.
I'm not sure she likes that. I don't think I'm not sure it's something that she's requesting, but yeah. I was singing the Aladdin, some songs from Aladdin yesterday. Prince Ali.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were singing A Whole New World.
No.
Why are you singing Prince Ali to your wife?
No, I don't know. It's just it's a catchy little song.
It is catchy.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
Second favorite song on that, or in that movie. Third favorite song in that movie. Oh, that movie's so full of so many good songs.
What's the list?
A Whole New World.
Up
one,
top?
just very tippity top. A Whole New World, followed by Never Had a Friend Like Me, or Friend Like Me, and then Prince Ali.
See, I like the all the as you point out, all the songs
Just
are good,
consistent, just bangers, just bow, bow, bow.
They're all fantastic. I like the one where he's the first song that they sing, the one where he's
when he's running through the market.
Yeah. I forget the name of that song, but I like it. Yeah, one stop, a letter the bread line, da da ba diddly doo.
Yeah.
Da da ba diddly doo. Da da da. Yeah, that's all good.
It's such from a song standpoint up there for Disney, and just like
Phenomenal.
best.
Texter says, Peter, please stop. No. I can't do that.
Actually, all that has done to him, Texter, is encourage him to do it more.
I can't stop. It's like even if I wanted to, I can't stop. It's just in me. I can't.
You just got that feeling.
It's when it's in you, you just have to accept it and roll with it as best you can. So we're talking about the Bill Self situation and all that. Now, at the end of the day, well, coming up, actually, let me give you a little quick rundown. Coming up next segment, we'll talk about the D.R. King situation, also Andre Iguodala, and the agreement that he and the Grizzlies have reached to kind of put a little lid on this thing for now. But to finish up with the Kansas stuff, see, I feel like this stuff 10 years ago, 20 years ago, CJ, this would have hit like a neutron bomb on the sports world. This would have been breaking news. We would have gone through. It would have led, Sports Center forever. It would have led every show. It would have been on top of the, Bill self Kansas getting up, what's going to happen? Blah, blah. Like, it would have been huge. Bruce Pearl got a show cause for what? Like lying about having a kid at a barbecue?
Sam Kraft?
Aaron Kraft.
Aaron Kraft. Sam Kraft is the Tigers player. There we go.
Not Sam Kraft. Don't besmirch the good name.
I apologize to Sam Kraft. I apologize to Sam
Kraft.
Well, yeah, it's a different type of barbecue. A Big Bob is there.
Different sort of besmirching as well.
Yeah, very, very much so. Speaking of people who always knows where his staff is.
Hands-on is what.
Very hands-on with the staff.
So this would have been a huge thing. Now it feels like it's a, fart in a spacesuit. It's just,
Because you brought it up. Maybe
no one can hear it. It's only unpleasant for, one group. Everyone else is pretty much immune to it.
You brought this up last week, 2 weeks ago. I can't remember exactly, but we've changed the way we view this. A lot more people are like, yo, just pay him.
Yeah.
This isn't the same type controversy as it would be 20 years ago.
Can you believe they had the audacity to pay these players
for their
money?
Service? My God.
What is happening to this world?
Oh, we've come. This shows growth in us as a collective.
We're past that. I mean, what is the actual violation here of human decency? Again,
I got nothing.
The stuff that Patino did. Okay, no, we can talk about that. That's a different deal right there.
Come on, giving 17, 18-year-old kids on recruits, hurling, just letting them talk to the assistant coaches, if you know what I mean. He got game style. Like, that's an issue.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think we can all agree on that. But this is just like,
okay,
they got money. Good.
Yeah,
they make money for the school, so great. Yeah. Text in 67129 on the text line. Appreciate that. 67129. More great reviews of my singing, I hope. As we'll continue here on the program. Coming up next, we'll talk about this Derek King situation. Another very strange turn of events in the world of this new redshirt rule. Unintended consequences is what they call it. Sometimes things happen differently than you expected. This may be one of those. We'll discuss that when we continue here on the program. Peter and CJ with you. Hour number 2 on the way from the Family Leisure Studio. Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Your Memphis Tigers football team returns home to Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium for a nationally televised clash with rival Navy Thursday, September 26th at 7 p.m. Tickets are on sale at GoTigersGo.com. So bring out the whole family as we celebrate Veteran and Military Appreciation Night as part of this important AAC game. The Tigers look to defend the AAC West Division, but we need you in the stands to provide a great home field advantage. Memphis versus Navy Thursday, September 26th. Sponsored by KTG USA.
Spencer here with ATC Fitness. We have exciting news. All premium members of ATC Fitness now have access to our newly added hydro massage lounges. That's right, for only $25 a month, you'll have access to all 18 state-of-the-art facilities, access to tanning, and now access to the best massage unit on the market. Come in today and relax with a free demo. You deserve it. Don't forget, you can also sign up online. ATCFitness.com. ATC Fitness, exercise your right to look good.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender. Let's talk credit card debt for a minute. If you feel you're carrying too much of it, you're not alone. The average household in the U.S. carries over $8,000 in credit card debt. Ready for some good news? With a cash-out refinance from Quicken Loans, you can quickly and easily put some of the equity in your home to good use by paying off a lot of that high-interest credit card debt. A great way to take cash out is with our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. The rate today on our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 4.125%. APR 4.22%. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN to learn how taking cash out with a 30-year fixed mortgage might be the right solution for you. And for a record 9 years in a row, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
For J.D. Power award information, visit jdpower.com. Rates subject to change. Pay 0.88% fee to receive this discounted rate. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. License in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
I love fall. The landscape is so beautiful at Town Village Audubon Park. Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $2,300. Gourmet Chef Drew invites you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, daily check-in, monthly coffee club, themed dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
Dive into an ocean of delicious possibilities at Ocean Blue Seafood and Bar, 6600 Stage Road at Kirby Whitten and Bartlett. Mouthwatering boiled crab legs, crawfish, shrimp, clams, mussels, and more. Want a working lunch that won't slow you down? It's Ocean Blue. Ocean Blue features the wettest happy hour in town with $3 specials all afternoon long. For lunch, dinner, or a seaside sundowner, it's Ocean Blue Seafood and Bar, 6600 Stage Road at Kirby Whitten and Bartlett. Take the plunge into Ocean Blue today.
The Spirit Shop is having a broadcast all day Wednesday from 10 a to 6 p. The Spirit Shop is literally pulling out all the stops all day with Sports 56. Sample all your favorite bourbon, beer, and wines. We got a food truck. Come win lots of door prizes. Tickets to the U of M Navy game, $50 gift cards to Neil's Bar and Grill, $50 gift cards to the Butcher Shop, 4 rounds of golf at Wedgwood, including the cart. Make the Spirit Shop your liquor, wine, and beer oasis. 4848 Poplar.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Oh, say clear, you can listen as well as you hear.
Yeah. You know who this is?
No.
Mike and the Mechanics.
This sounds like I'm pretty sure it is the sample for Lionel Richie, All Night Long.
I just came across. I've never heard this song before until now. I like it.
It's a great song. No. So, it's about
When I first heard it, I thought it was something like Phil Collins would have sang.
It's kind of similar. He had a guy had an argument with his his sort of dad, and didn't tell him before he died, and then so it's, be nice. It's like just try to solve your problems, because if somebody dies and stuff, then not good. That's basically the story. Not good.
Okay.
We're anti that.
Yeah, we.
Come on, we're anti that. We are. Are you pro that? We're anti that. That's what I'm saying. If I ran for office, and Lord willing, someday I will. I'm gonna run against people dying. I'm against it.
Whoa.
I'm against it. I'm telling you right now. I'm strongly. Listen, that's my biggest platform. I'm against it.
Okay.
I do not want anyone
when you
to
just
die.
say like dying, you mean just all death.
Just all across the board.
We're gonna get like severely overpopulated messing around with you.
That's okay. That's all right.
Then what's gonna happen?
We'll solve that. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Because we can't die. You're gonna take that away.
I mean, if I could outlaw it, I would.
Just somebody laying in the casket with a ticket on them for dying?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
right. That's right. I mean, again, I guess if they want to, then that's a different thing, and we can talk. But no, I'm against it. Not a fan.
Okay.
I've said that many times. A lot of people, that's controversial in some states, but I'm not a fan of it. Thank you. I'll accept your votes anytime. Mayor's election coming up soon. You can write me in. I'll accept it.
Oh man,
that would be my goal is to get one write-in vote.
Okay. I hope you get one. Are you gonna vote for
Would
yourself?
I even know? No, I'm not gonna vote for myself.
Okay, well, you're probably not gonna get that one.
That's why I want to get one, because it's somebody would have done it. That'd be amazing. Maybe 2, 10. Dare I dream? Prince Mongo numbers? Could I get Mongo numbers?
Whoa. What are Mongo numbers?
Crazy numbers, my friend.
Mongo seems like he's got a bit of that curvature. And
Mongo and Terrence
stuff.
Howard would have
Like
a lot
they
to
could
talk
kick
about.
it, couldn't they?
A lot to talk about. I'd love to see them just hanging out, eating lunch. Maybe bring Kyrie, Magic Johnson. Magic's kind of dopey, so he would just kind of go along with whatever.
What?
It's like, what? Oh, man.
1 times
Really?
1 is 2.
Wow. I got a tweet about this.
Yes.
I just learned from my friend, Terrence Howard.
The great Terrence Howard.
The great Terrence Howard, who's on my top 60 list of actors.
In no order.
In some particular order.
I need Magic's top 60
Yeah.
of actors.
I agree. I guess we'll have to wait till he turns 70. There'll be a list of 70s.
During the break, I'm going to tweet at Magic.
Do that.
I am.
See if you just send that.
See if he'll give me his top 60
That'd be nice. Now, we talked in hour number 1 about the situation at Kansas. We talked a little bit about last night in the NFL and another loss for my Redskins. They're terrible. The question was asked, are they worse than the Dolphins? The answer is no, they're not.
We'll find out.
Are they worse? Yeah. I mean, we'll find out at the end of the year and everything. But I don't.
Don't they play this year?
I think they do. Because they play the East. So yeah, they play.
Okay.
At some point. They play the Giants next and then the Patriots. So and it should be really Jay Gruden should be fired, honestly. Like, I mean, at this point. What are you keeping this guy around for? What's he proven?
This is a stretch to do it.
But he's whether they start Haskins and John Keim of ESPN reports they might go with Colt McCoy rather than Haskins. And I was like, if you're going to, how depressing is that? Get rid of Case Keenum and go with Colt McCoy?
He was supposed to start, wasn't he? Wasn't Colt the starter and then he got injured?
What's the difference? Case Keenum and Colt McCoy are basically the same quarterback, as far as I can tell.
I do believe here are the next 6 games.
You believe this to be true?
I believe this to be true.
Why do you believe this to be true?
What, the next 6 games for Washington?
Uh-huh.
I don't know, a gut feeling.
Did you open up the flower of life and it told you?
It did. It did. Sources close to the situation have possibly confirmed that it's Giants, Patriots, Dolphins, 49ers, Vikings, Bills.
If you would ask me at the beginning of the year, I would have said that Washington would probably win the game against the Giants. But now I think the Giants might pull that one out.
Yeah, with the legendary Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes in charge now. It's a whole different.
Stop it.
It's a whole different deal.
Stop it.
Right about now.
Let's not anoint this man Danny Dimes yet. You got to earn that. You can't just beat Danny Dimes after one game?
Just handing it out. They're just handing it out. I don't know.
We have lost all value of the dime.
Well, listen, I don't know. Text it 67129. If you want to help me feel better about my terrible teams, that'd be great. I'd appreciate that. Or a write-in vote, either way.
Just a pity vote.
Yeah,
this man is having a rough time. I'm gonna vote for him.
Absolutely. Houston senior quarterback De'Aaron King. Now we were talking about De'Aaron King as a player to watch this year after some scintillating performances last year, and everything was kind of looking like okay, this guy is pretty phenomenal. 50 touchdowns last year, electrifying. All of that going on. New coach, Dana Holgorsen comes in.
Third new coach.
It's been a bit of a thing for him, but anyway, he starts the season in Houston not going well. And we saw them lose to Tulane last Thursday in a very exciting game, dropping to 1-3 under Dana Holgorsen. And that 4 games is important because that's the 4 games that you can play in and still maintain a redshirt season. So out of nowhere yesterday, De'Aaron King, in a statement released by the school, says, after carefully thinking through this process with my family and Coach Holgorsen, I have decided the opportunity to redshirt this season.
Yeah.
Gives me the best chance to do. Is he a freshman?
Nope. And that is why he's doing it.
Earn my degree and set me up for some success in the future. I'm looking forward to being a part of the success of this program going forward.
Yeah.
Also, it's Keith Corbin, the second leading receiver, also a senior alongside De'Aaron King. He will sit out the rest of the year as well.
I love this.
This is incredible. He says, having the opportunity to take time and focus on the completion of my degree, plus having the chance to develop as a student athlete, is why I've decided to redshirt for the remainder of the 2019 season. Now, De'Aaron King's father, Eric King, De'Aaron is spelled D''Eriq, but Eric is just ERIC. So,
that's the mama.
We put a little spice on that one.
The mama named him.
We put a little spice on that one.
I want my child to be named after me. Nah. I'll give him Eric with a Q and a D in front of that thing. Fine, whatever. Fine. I want a little EJ to run around and play with, but you pushing him out, so you get to name him.
That's right.
That's the rules. You push him out, you name him. Fine.
His father, Eric King, the very normally, just basic name, Eric King, not the spectacularly named De'Aaron. De'Aaron. We don't get that. So Eric is just like, okay, kind of a plain Jane sort of name. But the comments are anything but. He says this is the best situation for his son, both for his development as a player and as it relates to his professional future, as well as avoiding having, quote, a wasted year. He said returning to Houston is absolutely a possibility, but the quarterback and his family will evaluate all their options. Now, if I'm not mistaken, my man taking a redshirt year this year, is he graduates, he's good to go. He's a senior, so as long as he graduates. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Oklahoma's got Jalen Hurts. He's probably going to be graduating, right?
Well,
here
we go. Sooners. Hopping in that portal once again.
They just keep coming to him. What are they supposed to do?
I keep doing it.
Keep doing it, right?
Yes.
You can. I know as much as he talks about coming back to Houston, but you can just see De'Aaron King just kind of like sitting right there, and you can almost bank on it in a few months.
Yeah.
Feels like it feels unlikely to me that he's going to return to Houston.
They say he's 5'11", bit on the smaller side, kind of fits that Kyler Murray, and Baker about 6 feet around there.
Baker's not tall.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts isn't. He's 6'1", but he's not like some kind of giant. They're all they're all similar type dudes, multi-talented, multifaceted. Come on.
Hey, De'Aaron. What up, dog?
He said De'Aaron is not real comfortable with the decision, but he knows his opportunities are greater later. At the end of the day, sometimes you got to be a little bit selfish and take care of you. And he says, his dad says, for those who might view the decision as a selfish one, his dad says, sometimes you got to be, because he hasn't in the past. Not for Houston, anyway. I guess other times he was selfish, but not for kind of a backhanded sort of swipe at your own son. But anyway, that's fine. He said, there's only one you. There's only one life, so you got to make sure you're good. It's beautiful comments from Eric King.
True comments. My man is about to graduate. This is his third head coach. He's about to graduate. He's looking around, we're 1-3. And while I have 6 passing, 6 rushing touchdowns, while I have put together a pretty solid year averaging about 250 all-purpose yards a game, I'm not getting recognized. I'm not being noticed. Maybe, I slow this thing down a bit. I go ahead and put that red shirt on this year, sit out, wait a year, come back to Houston. Let's say he comes back to Houston, another year under the same coach with the star receiver on the team, back another year in the system. Maybe they bring in some help for us. Maybe we go at this thing differently next year, and instead of being 1-3, we start the year 4-0, and we've got some noise, got some hype to us, and I get noticed. Or, hey, maybe I do go ahead and transfer to Oklahoma and go ahead and give me my Heisman Trophy now.
Okay, so this is a fascinating development here, and this is. I love it when stuff like this happens.
Yes.
Not because I think De'Aaron King is necessarily making the right decision or whatever. I can't speak to that. We'll talk about that in a second. But I'm saying just in general, this is a beautiful unintended consequence of the NCAA trying to have their cake and eat it too with regard to players. If De'Aaron King had signed a contract, he couldn't do this. If he was being paid like he was supposed to be, he couldn't do this. That's the thing. This would be better for Houston if he was being actually paid, because he would be forced by the nature of his contract, if he wanted to make his money, to play, because that would be a job. And he couldn't just quit because it sucks for the first four games. And he realized, oh, this team's not very good. And, I don't like this new system. And I'm having trouble. And this is going to affect my draft stock. So, all right, I'll see you guys. Maybe I'll be back next year. Maybe I won't. But I'm out. And I'll take one of our better receivers with me. You couldn't do that if you just had him sign a contract. That's it. So guess what? It's your own fault. You guys screwed this up. I have no sympathy because this is the system. It's beautiful. I love it when somebody does this. Now, I hate it for his teammates, and they are well within their rights to cuss him up and down if they want to.
Whatever. This is about me.
No.
This is about me getting to the next level.
No, listen. If me and you start a rec league and you quit halfway through and you leave me to do whatever, I will cuss you out. I don't care if it's for best for you, whatever. I can assure you I'll cuss you out.
Why?
Because you quit on me. We committed to something.
We committed to be bad?
Yeah. We committed to something. Whatever that something was.
This looks to me like Holgerson, who came in and said, yo, I hate the fact that I only get this kid for one season. This looks to me like Holgerson, the coach, saying, hey, Derek, go ahead. You take a red shirt. We'll get this receiver to take a red shirt. Y'all come back. I'll go out there and get some recruits. We'll be better because we'll be in year 2 of this system, and we'll be able to. This is. You don't think this is Holgerson?
No.
Okay.
No, because he wouldn't. He's not quoted in the story. He didn't respond to any quotes.
Well, can he be quoted? Can he say anything?
Sure. He could say, hey, this is his decision, and we respect it, and blah blah blah. He didn't even give. There's no boilerplate quotes. No, I don't think it's good for him because he gets off to a terrible start right out of the gate, and it's going to get worse. How's
it going to get worse if De'Aaron King comes back next year?
No, but I'm saying this year.
Okay.
He's already going to end up with
this is a throwaway year, is it not?
They didn't think so.
Oh.
Going into the year, this wasn't a throwaway year.
Okay.
Senior quarterback De'Aaron King coming off 50 touchdowns. When was this ever mentioned? If this had been a good idea, wouldn't he have already done it? If it's going to be a throwaway year, wouldn't he have just done it to the very beginning?
They had to see. You got 4 games to see.
Okay. CJ, at what point was this ever even discussed by anyone?
Can you discuss this, though?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
It's perfectly legal because it's a red shirt. It's unusual, but it would be he was asked about red shirts and his 4 game and all that stuff. Never once was this considered.
But what's he supposed to say? Hey, you know what? Our star quarterback, De'Aaron King, we're going to give it 4 games. And if we're not playing well, we're going to redshirt him. He can't say that.
It doesn't make any sense for him. It doesn't make any sense for Holgerson at all.
To have De'Aaron come back year 2?
How do you know he's going to come back?
That is the question.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. He could, if he graduates, he's free to go wherever.
Mm-hmm.
And you're letting him go? No, it doesn't. No, I don't think he likes this at all. I don't think Holgerson wants this one bit. I don't think it's very helpful to him necessarily. I mean, I think it'd be much more helpful for him to get off to good. He's making $4 million a year. They expect you better perform, and they're obviously not performing, and that's led to this situation. He's quit basically on his team. I mean, this is De'Aaron King's. I'm quite certain this is De'Aaron King's decision, along with this receiver, to say, look, we suck. We're not putting up big numbers. We're going to be drafted. We're going to be in the draft situation. My stock has gone from 3rd round to now who knows what. I can't be doing this. I need a year. My year in college. I got 1 year left, and it needs to be great. And hopefully that's here, but maybe it's not. I'm going to keep that option open now. Peace. Y'all be good. I'll see y'all in a few months. If I'm his teammates, screw you. We committed to try to win. I mean, all these other seniors out there, or all these other people that are on this team that are trying to have the best season they can. This dude said he was going to be your quarterback. We spent all summer and spring and everything else preparing for you to be the quarterback and for you to be part of this team. And you just say, nah, that doesn't work for me, man. I'm out. I'm fine with it from his perspective. That's his decision, whatever. But, there are consequences to that as well. And I can assure you I'd be furious if I was on that team and I thought that he was going to commit and be part of it for the entire season. I mean, it's not like there's any guarantee that next year, wherever he plays, he's going to have a better year.
Right.
Who knows? So but from their perspective, I'd be pissed. From my perspective, I love it because it's hilarious. And it again highlights why the NCAA, has shot itself in the foot yet again with this, and I hope more people do this.
Oh, they will. They definitely will. And this is that part of that door being cracked open a bit when you decided, hey, you know what? You guys are right. We should allow, when it gets to the end of the season, we don't want to put people, not franchises, programs in a position to burn a red shirt for the last 2 games of the season. You guys are right. We'll let them get 4 games. Well, once you crack that door, that allows for the players to get more power. And that's why the NCAA, for the longest period of time, has decided we just can't crack the door. And the NCAA has talked about unintended consequences of doing reasonable things. Like, listen, hey, this is where that paranoia, that big fear thing comes in. Hey, if we do this, then one day somebody might try and do something like we're seeing with De'Aaron King right now. And we really don't want that to happen, because that takes power and control away from us, the NCAA, and our member institutions. Whereas, like you said, Peter, if they were paid, if they were under contract, yeah, this couldn't happen.
Couldn't happen.
This couldn't happen, and this wouldn't happen.
If you have a bad year with an NBA team or an NFL team or whoever else, sorry. All these guys in the Dolphins, what can they do? Well, nothing right now.
What's my man's name for Washington? Lineman Williams.
Trent Williams. Yeah. I mean, you can sit out, but it's going to cost you money. That's it'll cost you money, and there are repercussions that would happen as a result of that. So again, this would not happen if you had contracts.
Mm-hmm.
This would not happen if you were paying these guys
legitimately.
But because you're not, and because you have made a big show of, well, this is really about the academic well-being and the holistic approach of these kids, and it's not just about football, it's about life. Well, my man says, what's best for me in life is to not play football right now and to just get my degree and to focus on that aspect of it, to be a student in the student athlete, and then I'll reassess at the end of the student time what I'm going to do from an athletic standpoint. And they can't say a word about it because that is the policy. That's what it wasn't necessarily meant to be done this way, but he's well within his rights to do it. And now I think what's interesting is, this year, obviously, well, maybe across the country right now. I mean, who knows? But certainly for next year and beyond, there are going to be guys in a similar situation who are going to consider this and say, boy, I got a new coach and just don't like the way things are going. I mean, what like if you're Jarrett Garantano right now, why don't you just say, you know what? We suck. I kind of suck. I'm out. Maybe I'll transfer like Rutgers or something because that's where he's from. Maybe I'll just go there next year and just be done with it.
Go ahead. That's like good. You've only got a limited time playing college football, and in the case of Garantano, in the case of De'Aaron King, they're probably not going to play in the NFL. This is it for you.
De'Aaron King, I think, might maybe not as a quarterback, but he might. He's
this is it for you playing at any
De'Aaron King's
major.
He's got XFL 2 written all over him.
This is it for you, man. So if this means, listen, I'm coach, I'm out. I'm shutting it down. This last year, I'm going to go someplace where I'm a bit more comfortable. Thank you. That's fine. That's cool. That's good. Let it happen. It's okay. It's okay to not have complete, absolute control over these players and their decisions and where they go. And in the case of De'Aaron King, 3 different coaches, Houston, what's he supposed to do? If your program is running better, this puts pressure on you as an athletic department, as an athletic director, to get things rolling the right way. And if your program is struggling going through 3 coaches in, 4 years, come on.
But listen, here's the thing, though. Okay, so I get that. But as Dexter points out, there's no I in team, so there's a lot of rising stars or those who think they are. Jalen Hurts was a different situation. But to bail on your commitment is quitting. I mean, I think both things are true. He is quitting on his team. I think undisputably he's quitting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are there reasons why he might quit? Sure. But those reasons were there before the season started. And if he wanted to do this, he could have done it then and not put his team through the idea of going through all the workouts, everything else with him saying, I'm committed, I'm part of this group. And then 4 games in, a third of the way through your season, say, we kind of suck, actually. And if they were 3-1, would he be doing this?
No.
Of course not. So that tells you he's quitting because of the results. That's not the kind of thing you want to see from a leader. Not the thing you want to see from a quarterback. I get it. I mean, I understand it from his perspective. I get it. It makes sense. It's pragmatic. It's a smart decision It's just not a particularly noble one. That's fine. I mean, he has to come to grips with that. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, I mean, he as a junior, he knew that, okay, if I roll through this, I'm not happy about this, I'm upset, whatever, but I'm going to stick with it because I made this commitment and I've got one more year after this and I'm going to do something else. And that is, admirable. Derek King doesn't have that extra year, so he can't engage in that. Maybe if he was a junior and this was going on, maybe he would do that. Maybe he just, tough this thing out and be like, all right, well, it's,
Yeah.
But it's different as a senior. So I understand it. It makes sense as a personal, pragmatic, selfish approach. But let's not pretend that he's doing anything other than quitting on his team. And
but he is doing something other than quitting on his team. This is a business decision.
No, it's a business, but it means he quits on his team.
Okay.
That's the business decision. Is I'm quitting on my team because it's better for me.
Okay.
I mean, is that not it? Is that what else?
That's it. No, that's definitely it.
That's the definition of quitting and selfish. I get it. It makes sense, but it's selfish and he's quitting. So, and I'm sure NFL teams will be like, that's interesting. That's interesting.
No, they won't. If he goes to, let's say he transfers to Oklahoma and he has a really good year next year, it won't matter.
No, he'll still get drafted. But I'm saying he may get dinged a little for that decision.
Okay.
I mean, it's a calculated risk. Like if he goes to Oklahoma, I mean, again, if he comes back to Houston, I'm not sure I get it. If he comes back to Houston, I don't think it's going to be that much better next year. I think he's gone to Oklahoma or somewhere else. I
saw somebody say Tennessee.
Come on. Come on, right now. I will happily take Derek King. Big boy can come see me. That'd be great. But it's a calculated risk. I mean, like if he's much better and his draft stock is up, but then he comes down a little bit because he's like, he's selfish, and it's as long as he can explain it to the teams, he'll be fine. But I do think it's going to be a thing. I think it'll be something he'll have to discuss that with them. But it's great because it's more chaos, and I love it. So good for everybody.
It's business, man.
And
it's business of doing football.
Dana Holgerson, huh? Nice job, buddy. Off to a great start, my friend. Jeez. Let's take a break. We'll come back and continue here. We'll talk a little Iguodala. Another business decision as we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 961, 87.7.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
I wish we could stay here forever. We deliver olives, Greek sandals, and everything you need to relive that perfect trip to the Mediterranean. But what you really get when FedEx knocks on your door is so much more.
FedEx delivery.
Memories. What we deliver by delivering.
Come to Holly Chevrolet in Marion and get end-of-summer deals. Right now, save over $8,500 off MSRP on the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. The all-new 2019 Chevy Silverado Crew Cab LT All-Star. All 2018s must go. Get a 2018 Malibu for as low as $22,995. Stop by today and check out Holly's large selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs ready for you to enjoy. And at Holly Chevrolet, it's a no-pressure, no-hassle environment
environment. As a matter of fact, there's no Badgers and never pay a dock fee. Find new roads at Exit 14 off I-55 in Marion, just 15 minutes from downtown Memphis. HollyChevrolet.com.
2019 Chevy Silverado Crew Cab LT All-Star stock number N3558. 2018 Chevy Malibu stock number N3377. All discounts, rebates, and incentives are included and applied. Must qualify finance with GM Financial and have a 99 or newer GM product. Prices do not include tax, tags, title, or registration. Take delivery by 9/30/19. See dealer for details.
The forensic analyst searched for clues to the house fire.
Could that be
Starch? Suddenly it came together. The fire was started by
an over-microwaved potato?
Covered, July 25th, 2015. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
At CDW, we get that in business, the only certainty is uncertainty.
I agree. Or do I? I do, I think.
Well, an APC micro data center solution implemented by the experts at CDW provides certainty that your infrastructure will deliver the performance and support your business needs. So you're ready for anything.
I'm somewhat, maybe reasonably confident. That sounds great.
IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/APC.
I will, probably.
Spencer here with ATC Fitness. We have exciting news. All premium members of ATC Fitness now have access to our newly added hydro massage lounges. That's right, for only $25 a month, you'll have access to all 18 state-of-the-art facilities, access to tanning, and now access to the best massage unit on the market. Come in today and relax with a free demo. You deserve it. Don't forget, you can also sign up online. ATCFitness.com. ATC Fitness, exercise your right to look good.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Don't be afraid, oh my love. I'll be watching you from above, but I'd give all the world.
I don't know this.
Who's this? This is "I'll Be There" by the Escape Club.
Yep.
I didn't know it either. I just.
Can we get some air horn though?
It makes everything better.
It really does. It makes everything better. How is Jay Gruden still the Redskins coach? Just out of curiosity. Just random. Just gonna throw that.
Is he going to sit out after 4 games and decide, you know what, guys?
I wish he'd sit
back.
out for a long time. I wish he'd sit out for the rest of his life as Redskins coach and go do something else. Never as a guy. Well, not never, but not since even Jeff Fisher was like 8-8.
Yeah.
I mean,
who's better out of the Gruden brothers now? Is it John or Jay? I mean, they're both in kind of bad situations.
It was always John.
I mean, John at least coach. John has won a Super Bowl, right?
I mean, Jay's just a big doughy dum-dum. Looked like his... Anyway, I'm not gonna...
I'm shocked that is not on the board yet. Big doughy dum-dum.
Well, thank you, Austin.
Larry on the Facebook says, why is this any different than he's talking about the D.R. King situation? Why is this any different than guys sitting out at the end of the year because they're afraid of getting injured? I mean, it's two sides of the same coin. It's different because you're sitting out for an entire season. And you're sitting out this is not like what we saw last year and what we've seen in years past with guys getting injured and saying, we're going to sit out for the entire season because we just want to make sure that we're healthy for the draft. This is, I'm strategically sitting out, whether it is done with the coach's approval or without the coach's approval. I'm sitting out because this year we suck and I'm not picking up the system. My numbers aren't good. I don't look good. I don't look comfortable. And that's going to affect me long term. So I'm sitting out to come back. I'm not sitting out just to ride it out so I can go to the draft. I'm going to try to pick my spot as a player to see what's the best thing for me. That is not something that we've seen a whole lot of.
And that's the difference. Sitting out to come back.
Right.
In the bowls, sit out to leave.
Sit out
to go to the NFL. I don't want to get hurt. I want to go to the NFL.
Yeah.
Not
I'm done.
Sit out to better my circumstance in college football. Better my situation.
Right. Exactly. So This is different, and it was a Pandora's box was opened up because of this new redshirt rule, and people are using it in unique and creative ways. And should coaches consider doing this with some of their better players for seasons that aren't going to be very good? Maybe. I mean, if the player's on board with it, you could make this a strategic thing. I don't think this is necessarily what Dana Holgorsen would have wanted, but this is what he's going to have to deal with, and maybe he can make the best of it, or maybe he can make it work, or maybe they can come to some kind of an agreement about this. It certainly sounds like D'Eriq King's dad certainly makes it seem like he's open for business when it comes to wherever else he's going to go. But you got to
drive up that price. You know how capitalism works.
Again, if you just pay him, this wouldn't happen. If you just pay him, because all of this stuff, all this is, CJ, is doing team building just like you do in the professional ranks. You have rebuilding years. You have young talent. You have all these things that you're trying to do as a team to build for the future. Well, you don't normally do that in college because it's not supposed to be necessarily about that. You're not supposed to have tanking years. You're not supposed to have because
there's no benefit to it.
Because it's a constant churn of talent at the top and the bottom. You're just constantly moving over, tons of new guys. They're trying to have this thing in that professional way. And it's an uneasy fit until you start paying the players. And then once you start paying the players, then sure, you could say, hey, we'll sign you to a 4-year contract, or we'll sign you to a 1-year contract, or whatever. The player could make their own choice about that and going about their business. Like, it becomes the pros. It's kind of how it is now with a lot of the transfers. You have to sort of work your way around it, whatever. But a lot of transfers are very much like that. So, I mean, that's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
Speaking of the pros, you have Andre Iguodala now, and the Memphis Grizzlies. We've discussed this throughout the summer as to what's going to happen with the Iguodala situation. He was traded to the Grizzlies. He was sort of the make-weight salary-wise in the deal that sent a 2024 first-round pick to Memphis, Golden State, and that should be a pretty good pick, theoretically, because Golden State by then will probably be cycling down off of this group that they've got now, who I don't know if you know this or not, is very good.
I've heard.
Well, you heard correctly.
Okay. All right. That Steph guy's over there.
He's pretty good.
Okay.
So anyway, but now what do you do with Iguodala? And Chris Harrington, Daily Memphian, reported first yesterday that the team has reached an agreement with Iguodala, and Iguodala is on board with it, that they're just going to kind of, stay cool. He's going to be away from the team, doing his thing, staying in shape, working out privately.
And Cabo?
He wasn't in Cabo yesterday, but he's probably just still in the Bay. I'm assuming, but maybe he can go hang out with Zeke's trainer down in Cabo for a little bit. He was quoted yesterday, Iguodala, in a story from NBC Sports, the Bay Area. Monty Poole did the piece. Said, we're trying to figure things out. They're trying to figure out some things. I'm trying to figure out some things. As of today, we're on the same page. He said we're on the same page, which was kind of a prelude to this sort of thing, that everyone's aware of what's going on. So they're on the same page. Everyone's on the same page. And to me, CJ, this makes the most sense for everybody. Like this is we talked about this probably a month or two ago. This seemed to me always the way that it would end up. Like, if you want to have Iguodala on your roster and you want to seek out trades, you think it's more important to seek out trades for Andre Iguodala than it is for you to maintain that roster spot for some other player, fair enough. Don't have him around the team.
Yeah.
Don't have him around the media. Don't have him around as a distraction or as a point of contention or a question, or have him giving quotes about, I don't want to be here. And there's no reason to force him. He's not part of your future. You don't want him to play, because the minutes he plays, you're not trying to win, really.
Correct.
And those minutes are being soaked up, and they could go to any other young player, young wing, whoever you've got, whether it's Dylan Brooks or Grayson Allen or Kyle Anderson or whoever you want to, to do all that. Like, give those guys the chance to play. And so this makes the most sense. Like, just have them hang out, and you will figure something out. In the meantime, you just go chill out over there.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense. And this is how it's done. You got this vet. You don't want them coming in being a source of cantankerousness.
Because Andre's he can be a little bit grumpy.
Yeah, and younger players feeding off of that makes perfect sense. I wonder now, though, how long is this going to last? What is the long-term plan? What's the end game in this situation? Are you going to try and hold on to him? And you've made mention of this, that roster spot, that spot that he will take up could go to a younger player, could go to a player who you want to take a flyer out on and see, like one of those high reward, low risk type guys, just to see what is going on with that guy. You can't do that if Andre's on the roster taking up that roster spot.
Agreed.
So how long are you going to keep this going? Are you going to decide, it's the season's about to get started, we're going to go ahead and cut him? Or are you going to hold on to him through?
It doesn't sound as though there's any intention, even at this point, of a buyout, much less cutting it. They're never going to cut him. Now, the buyout agreement situation, that's still, TBD. For his part, Iguodala in that piece from NBC Sports Bay Area said it doesn't really make a lot of sense to take less money. So he doesn't seem inclined, although he's done it before. He could have signed a bigger deal with the Kings before he re-upped with the Warriors. So it's not as if he wouldn't take less money. It's just, does it make sense and under what circumstances? And right now, it doesn't seem that there are any circumstances where it would make sense for him to do that.
And the NBA seems to be no more funny business with this cap stuff. You brought it up last week with what Houston was trying to do to finagle some space to bring Andre Iguodala in. And you look around the league, and it is everybody's roster is pretty much like set. And it's going to be hard to get a package in place with pieces that the Grizzlies want and like that match up with the salary of Andre Iguodala from a team that is interested in his services.
Yeah, I think that's the interesting thing about this whole deal, CJ, is, this leads to a lot of sort of follow-up questions about what do you value? Are you sure that you're going to get a deal that's worth all this? And, you can look around the league and there are deals out there. It's just, they're kind of clumsy right now. You're going to take back some salary you probably don't want. You're going to have to get something back to make up for that in the process. If you could do a simple kind of deal where you just take, back a little bit less salary and, send out and get a pick or something like that. You could keep making that thing work. My only thing is that worth making sure that you don't use this roster spot on another player? So to me, it's the classic, what we've always said, the juice has got to be worth the squeeze. This one is going to require a lot of squeezing. So in the sacrifice would be, that 15th roster spot into the regular season is going to be taken up by a guy who's not going to be with your team. And it could have been taken up by another player, could have been taken up by a young player. Maybe in a year where you're going to be doing a lot of experimentation, there's going to be a lot of minutes available for young players to kind of just, maybe somebody pops, maybe something crazy happens, and you end up with a really interesting talent. Perhaps that doesn't happen because you're holding that roster spot for Andre Iguodala in the hopes of getting a really good trade. That would mean to me that you need to make sure you get a good trade. Like you can't just. So there is some level of pressure when you do it like this to say they feel confident. There's plenty of time. The trade deadline is first week of February, so you got 130 or so days before you can. So you got plenty of time to do something. But again, under the rules of the NBA trades, try to do something and just show me the team where it makes sense. It would have been great if the Nene thing could have happened and that contract would have been allowed, because that would have been a nice little loophole to go and get, and that was clearly done, with Iguodala in mind. So go trade for him, and then that way the Grizzlies would take back a contract that wouldn't end up costing them a whole lot of money, and it would still work under CBA rules. That would have been ideal, but obviously, that was not allowed. So, back at the drawing board. We'll see.
Yeah,
I think Iguodala. I will say, I just think either way, at least, it makes sense. And at least everyone's come to their senses with regard to making sure he's not here. There's no point for him to be here. There's no point for him to show up for media day. There's no point for him to do any of this stuff. There's no point for it. You don't you're paying him, sure, but only because of the nature of the way that you did that one deal. You're not paying him to actually play for you. You're paying him because his contract was the price that you paid to make this other much better deal to get that pick.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, you don't actually want him to be on your team.
No, and they got the first for him. So it's still they
already won the trade.
They won the trade. It's a real good trade. They got the first for him. They're trying to add on to it, which you want in your front office. You want your front office to exhaust all possibilities when it comes to player personnel moves. But like you said, it's a lot of squeeze for this juice. And hey, if you want to keep that roster spot open so you can be more flexible during the season, and you probably gotta buy him out. Now, if you believe that when the trade deadline approaches, some of these contending teams will get more desperate and they'll be more willing to part with more assets, then you hold on to them. I don't know what all you could get for him, though, as that trade deadline approaches, and I don't know if it will be worth it.
Well, that remains to be seen. I mean, again, these are all questions that we can't answer. I will say the other thing that is important when it comes to this kind of stuff is, what are you eating over there, Austin? You've intrigued me a little bit. I had to stop my.
That was my breakfast this morning. I was kind of thinking
Move the microphone.
This is a couple. This cinnamon roll I brought from the house.
Cinnamon, it looked good.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I brought my breakfast this morning. I'm eating it section by section.
No, it looked good. I wanted to ask in the middle of the sentence. Anyway, as I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted by Austin eating.
Sorry, didn't mean to distract you there.
I interrupted myself with that. No, the what we've seen so far indicates that this is a front office that gets it and has done a pretty damn good job of extracting maximum value from their deals. You know, the history is pretty strong here. Early returns are good. So I'm inclined to give them the benefit of the doubt about where you're going with this. And the if they are confident that they can get a deal that makes sense, then I'm inclined to believe them, because thus far they've done very well. You know, the Conley deal was, really exceeded expectations, and a lot of, the Phoenix deal exceeded expectations tremendously. So like I'm inclined to give them the benefit of the doubt on this, but you do need to show at the end of this whole process. Let's take a break. We'll come back, wrap up hour number 2 live in the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 961, 87.7.
Sports 56 now has 2 FM homes. You can now find Real Sports Talk on 96.1 as well as 87.7 on your FM dial.
Football is here.
You said that at the beginning of the last Central Barbecue ad.
That's because it's important. Central Barbecue goes with a lot of things. Any season, any sport. But football has tailgating, and tailgating means having to feed a lot of people, and maybe you don't feel like you want to make barbecue for all those people.
Maybe you know you can't make better barbecue than Central Barbecue.
Exactly. Central Barbecue is here to make your life easier. Call ahead or order online and pick up all the food you need for a great day of tailgating.
I believe it's called bulk ordering.
It is called bulk ordering, and it's the future of tailgating.
Central Barbecue, always just a little ahead of the curve.
Quit coming up with great taglines.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
At CDW, we get that in business, the only certainty is uncertainty.
I agree.
Or do I?
I do, I think.
Well, an APC micro data center solution implemented by the experts at CDW provides certainty that your infrastructure will deliver the performance and support your business needs. So you're ready for anything.
I'm somewhat, maybe reasonably confident. That sounds great.
IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/APC.
I will, probably.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender. Let's talk credit card debt for a minute. If you feel you're carrying too much of it, you're not alone. The average household in the U.S. carries over $8,000 in credit card debt. Ready for some good news? With a cash-out refinance from Quicken Loans, you can quickly and easily put some of the equity in your home to good use by paying off a lot of that high-interest credit card debt. A great way to take cash out is with our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. The rate today on our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 4.125%, APR 4.22%. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN to learn how taking cash out with a 30-year fixed mortgage might be the right solution for you. And for a record 9 years in a row, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
For J.D. Power award information, visit jdpower.com. Rates subject to change. Pay 0.88% fee to receive this discounted rate. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. License in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
If you've always thought, hey, I'd look pretty good in a Lexus, well, guess what? Lexus thinks so, too. Lexus is offering you the Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Great offers on all 2019 models and special lease options. Drive in luxury and confidence, knowing that every new Lexus comes with complimentary first and second maintenance services. Stop by Lexus of Memphis, 2600 Ridgeway, and put yourself in the driver's seat of an all-new 2019 flagship LS500. Hey, you look pretty good there. Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event at Lexus of Memphis. Experience amazing. AC trouble? Make your first call your last call. Call Air Doctors of Memphis, 901-598-HVAC. Owner Matt Davis is a third-generation full-service air conditioning specialist. Air Doctors of Memphis services all major brands, and labor and parts are guaranteed 100%. Their yearly AC checkup is only $60, and 24-hour emergency service is billed at normal rates. Your comfort is their highest priority. Contact airdoctorsofmemphis.com or call 901-598-HVAC.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Seeing you, or seeing anything as much as I do you, I take for granted that you're always there. I take for granted that you just don't care. Sometimes I can't help seeing all
Where is
the
it?
way through.
Where is it? Oh, we need more of that. We need more of that. A Soft Rock Tuesday. Guess what? Coming up in our next segment, Dustin Starr. 5-star in the house, and I have not forgotten his treachery from last time he was here.
Oh.
And, you know, we've not, the table seems solid enough, but I may test it.
What's your finishing move called?
Ooh. Boy, you just caught me off guard on that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to catch you off guard. I didn't know I needed to. Because you're what? Pretty Perfect Peter?
I think I called it the Peter Buster.
Ooh, I like the Peter Buster.
I just hit a guy right in the nuts. As hard as I can. That finishes anybody.
We leaning all the way into that one. Then. Okay.
Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I can get away. I don't know if I can get away with some stuff on there.
No, actually, I was gonna go with the it's a modified. They call it the Fisherman Buster. Actually,
okay.
But that's a Peter Buster. It's where you know what a perfect plex is.
Yeah.
Okay. So you take the guy, you go up the suplex, perfect plex. You hold the leg because that's what you do on the perfect plex. But instead, you drop them down.
Okay.
That's the Buster part.
Oh.
So that move is technically called a Fisherman Buster, I believe, but a Fisherman Suplex turns into a Fisherman Buster. I'm just going to call it the Peter Buster.
Okay. I like that.
Like Coco Beware, the Ghostbuster, where you... I
have no clue about the Ghostbuster.
The Ghostbuster is when you go up for a vertical suplex, the guy goes all the way up, and then you just go straight down.
Okay.
Like, that's a danger. It's a very dangerous... The Buster moves are very dangerous, actual moves to pull off. You need to be, like, actually a trained professional wrestler, and even then... You probably need to be extremely careful because one slip and it's bad news.
Yeah. So that's not a move you should do on like 3 and 4 year olds.
No.
Okay.
No. like Scott Steiner had this Steiner screwdriver, which he didn't do very often because it was extremely dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the same kind of thing. You go up for the suplex, but he would sort of twist him and throw into almost like a tombstone.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. You can see the danger on
Yeah.
that one. You can see that. You get that one wrong, and that's a, paralysis situation. So
correct.
That's why the Peter Buster is so dangerous, and I yet to perform it. But maybe today. Today might be the day. If Star gets on the wrong side of me, it could happen.
Oh.
I got an interesting. I haven't talked to Star about this. I want him to. Oh, there he is, right there. There's the treacherous rascal right there. I see him right there. I got something I want to ask Star.
Okay. Dustin wants me to pass along that Coco had the Bird Buster.
The Bird Buster. I thought it was the Ghostbuster. I thought you called it the Ghostbuster. The Bird Buster, same guy. The Buster moves their busters are all there. Anytime you drop a guy on his head, it's a buster of some sort. Some kind of a buster. Some kind of a buster. Stars in the house. I gotta say, despite his treachery, he's well attired. So I give him that.
Oh, his fashion is always on point.
Oh, he's very fashionable. I mean, he's again scoundrel, but he's well dressed. So we'll talk to him coming up in hour number 3 here in the Family Leisure Studios. Big weekend. I'm excited to hear what he has to say. He said there's gonna be something very interesting. that's what some kind of buster is.
Some kind of buster. Yes. What?
It's a good. I like our tracks.
Yeah, today we getting it.
Today we got some good tracks on the. For those that don't know, you need to check CJ's Twitter. Although I don't know if you can do it now because
I can't do it.
Phone's messed up.
Phone's supposed to come today though, Lord willing. Maybe tomorrow.
Be careful though, because that's his safe space.
It is my safe space. Don't mock my safe space.
Normally
now.
we get we make a track list during the show. We have an album title and a track list of everything that we talked about. Whenever interesting phrases are uttered on the show, we put them out there, and we usually have a track list somewhere between 7 and 11 or 12, depending on could be more.
Mm-hmm.
We've yet to have a double album, but maybe we will.
Oh, you've given me a goal now.
Maybe we will. I don't know.
We'll get a double LP.
We'll see. We'll see here in the Family Leisure Studios. A reminder also, our friends at Central Barbecue bring you this portion of the program, and they bring you all kinds of great fun. And I love hearing when people come to town, and Memphis is great. Again, the barbecue town. With respect to everybody else, Memphis is the barbecue town, but there's only so many places you can go. There's only so much you can do. If you go to Central, as so many folks do, you are guaranteed to have slow smoked Memphis style deliciousness that is top notch. You want to go with those ribs? Oh my goodness. Those ribs are so good. Amazing. Amazing ribs, wet or dry. Brisket, off the charts. Pulled pork, hey man, that's Memphis style, baby. Pulled pork sandwiches all day long.
Yep.
CJ goes with that jumbo. Get a little mac and cheese on the side or some greens. They got some great greens on the side, or some of those homemade chips. They do those with those homemade bar. Ooh, man, so good. You can go with all those. Get a whole platter if you want.
Gotta go with the platter.
Get a whole platter, man. Go crazy. And of course, those wings. Whatever you get, finish it off with that banana pudding. You will thank me for it. I promise you. Downtown, Central, Summer, East Memphis. It's all there for you. CBQMemphis.com on the web. It is Central Barbecue. Back after this. Hour number 3 with Dustin Starr in the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
At CDW, we get that in business, the only certainty is uncertainty.
I agree. Or do I? I do, I think.
Well, an APC micro data center solution implemented by the experts at CDW provides certainty that your infrastructure will deliver the performance and support your business needs, so you're ready for anything.
I'm somewhat, maybe reasonably confident that sounds great.
IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/APC.
I will, probably.
Want to bet? Las Vegas is miles away. The sports books at Hollywood Casino Tunica and First Jackpot Casino are much closer. We're your 50-yard line, behind home plate, center court ticket to real odds, points, and over-unders. We've got all the action, the largest video screens, and the best prop bets in town. So come place your bets at the sports books at Hollywood Casino Tunica and First Jackpot Casino. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-777-9696.
Bartlett Small Engine has been serving quality power equipment since 1970. They have a full line of power equipment, parts, and services for most makes and models. Bartlett Small Engines has the best brands in the power tool industry: Honda mowers, trimmers, and generators, Steel blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws, Echo trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws, plus quality products from Red Mat and Shindawa. And they're all American made. Bartlett Small Engine is your can-do store. 6780 Summer Avenue. Call 901-386-9779.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
It's hot outside, and James Davis Men's Store is filled with new deliveries that are on fire to match the fall heat. The selection of 5-pocket pants in every fabric and fit is out of control. They have denim, cotton twill, brushed cotton, and wrinkle-free travel wool. And every one with that two-way stretch that moves with you no matter what you're doing. The brand new stamped cotton shirt fabrics for fall are in. I dare you to try one. 3 measurements, 9 days. They start at $98. Perfect fit. If you're tired of being the worst dressed at the pregame party, let James Davis fit you now with a perfect fit, custom made to measure showstopper coat. It starts at $6.95. And James Davis still has the Paul Batenley suit deal. 2 incredible suits for $7.95. Wedding parties? Don't rent tuxedos. Get a perfect fit classic or trim fit that someone can wear again. James Davis Men's Store in the Laurelwood Shopping Center. Always incredible service, same-day alteration, and the home of the perfect fit.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Reddick Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day, group play, and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
The Spirit Shop is having a broadcast all day Wednesday from 10 a to 6 p. The Spirit Shop is literally pulling out all the stops all day with Sports 56. Sample all your favorite bourbon, beer, and wines. We got a food truck. Come win lots of door prizes. Tickets to the U of M Navy game, $50 gift cards to Neil's Bar and Grill, $50 gift cards to the Butcher Shop, 4 rounds of golf at Wedgwood, including the cart. Make the Spirit Shop your liquor, wine, and beer oasis. 4848 Poplar.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with C.J. Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and C.J.
Is this soft rock?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's Orleans, man. This is Orleans. And
Seems
it's very soft.
Kind of upbeat to be soft rock.
Here's a little Memphis trivia for you. Which Memphis institution that I went to as a kid, you weren't around for this, CJ. Dustin 5 stars here. I'm going to get mad at him in just a second, but for now.
Oh, yeah. I come right in and correct you right off the jump.
I know, because you're a heel. And
It's
you're
the
always
Bird Buster.
My heel. Ridiculous. What famous Memphis institution was that had a modified version of that song as their theme song for their commercials and all that stuff?
Crickets.
It's, I thought he was
Dustin,
talking to you.
You know the answer?
Oh, no, I don't know the answer.
Oh, yeah.
Jack Pirtles.
Now, if it was a wrestling
There
theme
was a Jack
song-
Pirtles in this institution.
Ooh. In the institution, it had a Jack Pirtles.
It had a Jack Pirtles location.
By the way, I love me some Jack Pirtles. Not going to lie.
This is one of those combo
the cheat
places.
meal, brother.
Because you're a wise man. That gravy is thick enough to spackle the walls with. You can
Chicken sandwich.
3 C's, baby. 3 C's on that gravy. Not Peabody Place.
Not Peabody. No, way before
Okay.
Peabody Place.
Oh, before Peabody
Way
Place.
before Peabody
But had a
Place.
Jack Pirtles in
Had a
it.
Jack Pirtles.
You
in
see
it.
what he's doing here, right? He couldn't beat me in Name That Wrestling tune, so he's trying to get us on these other tunes.
Sorry, I gotta
So
find
this is an establishment that has a Jack Pirtles inside.
It did. It does not now. I mean, it does not exist now.
The mall.
A mall, yes. Which mall?
Mall of Memphis.
Not
Mall of Memphis. Yes.
There it is. Okay.
If you if you search on YouTube, if you Mall of Memphis commercials, you'll hear the Mall of Memphis using that particular tune, a modified version of that. You're still the one with the Memphis style. It's there.
Karaoke.
That's right. Dustin 5 stars in the house as promised to begin hour number 3. What's up, jerk?
Oh, yeah. You're going to bust out with a what's up jerk. And for those of you who don't remember, I wiped the mat with Peter here just a couple of weeks ago.
Cheating.
And also, I think they rescinded my invitation because I beat you so bad. So
we had to
beg get
we had to
back on.
modify a few things, and we had to go back to I had to go back to the drawing board, and what I had to do, Dustin, was tighten up all of our cheating and problematic stuff that we had going on here that allowed you to win.
There was no cheating.
Yeah, it was cheating.
Okay.
In nefarious
All right.
circumstances.
I scored one extra point and beat him.
So I had to we got to tighten up some things security wise. Obviously, there were some cracks.
Man was naming songs in like 2 seconds.
Well, he had the easier songs, obviously. So we had to
here we
tighten
go.
this up.
Here we go.
So we'll figure it out. But for now, you are technically the best at this.
The champ.
So the champ is here.
Oh, yeah.
For now, Dustin. Now, before we get into, I want to ask you about a couple things that are kind of just general wrestling stuff. But
Okay.
I'm excited because you're telling me this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know, we got NXT coming to South Haven Sunday. The
That's
Landers
going to be
Center.
awesome, too.
That's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And NXT is a hot show right now. There's a lot of cool stuff happening.
On fire. It'll actually be live on USA Network tonight. They premiered on USA last week, and they're gearing up for AEW because they hit the airwaves on TNT next week. So WWE is loading their plate, waiting on AEW, and I don't know if they look at it like a competition, like it used to be WCW versus WWE, or it's just like, hey, smart business, let's load up our show so we can block them out.
I mean, that's what you need to do from the very beginning. But before that, Saturday.
Yes, Saturday.
What's going on down in Hernando?
Oh, my gosh. We have free professional wrestling and lucha libre and all sorts of live entertainment coming. Now, every year they have the Hernando Water Tower Festival out at the square. We are less than 1 mile away. We're at Commerce Street Market. That's 74 West Commerce Street. We're going to be in the parking lot. It's absolutely free. Now, check this out. The wrestling bell time starts at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
But the live entertainment's going to happen all day long. They're going to have mem pops out there. You know how hot it is outside.
Love a good mem pop.
Popsicles will be delicious. Back it up, Terry. Terry, oh, Lord, back it up. Back it up, Terry. He is going to be there live and in living color, signing autographs, taking pictures, maybe even shooting some videos. I swear we posted this online, and people are like, wait a second. Back it up, Terry?
Back it up, Terry's there?
So he will be there from 12 to 4, meeting fans. Also, the Beale Street Flippers. My buddies from Beale Street, they're going to be there. They're going to be performing at 12:45.
We're going to get Back It Up Terry in the ring? Or are we going to?
I don't know. Do we have a ramp to get Terry in the ring? He can't back it up. For those of you guys who do not know, Google Back It Up Terry. There's a big firework video. It's hilarious. But yeah, the Beale Street Flippers will be out there from 12:45, and then they'll perform again at 1:45. live music from 12 to 2, and then also live music afterwards. But from 2 to 4, it's going to be free pro wrestling and lucha libre. We're calling it Fights at the Fiesta.
Well,
and check this out, guys. I heard that there's a rumor last week. Did you guys see this on the news? There is a moondog spotted in Hernando, Mississippi, just a couple of miles away from Commerce Street Market. So that makes me think that if somebody spotted a moondog, and you remember the moondogs,
of course,
somebody's in trouble. So I think the moondog is going to be there live and in living color. And then also Hollywood Jimmy Blaylock came on TV last week at Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle every Saturday at noon. And he said that he has a big surprise for us. And I'm trying to think of which legendary figures or which Memphis wrestling figures are big or should I say humongous. There's a couple of
Lord,
tea
that
leaves.
could be anybody.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Lord, that could be anybody. But, yeah, we have some professional wrestling and lucha libre. We'll have some lucha action out there, too. They're going to have masks.
Are we gonna put a hood on you? And,
I'm not putting a hood on this hair, brother. But I will tear this suit off, and I'm going to kick whoever's butt that Jimmy Blaylock brings to me.
Love it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And it's all absolutely free. Bell time's at 12 o'clock or at 2 o'clock because the show, we have our television show, so stay tuned to that. You're going to see some teasers on there this week. And then also the Red Carpet Rumble is on our television show. And we talked about that. That's like a Royal Rumble with the championship on the line where anybody can enter. So you just never know.
Anybody can win.
Ooh, okay.
Wink, wink, hint, hint.
Yo, I saw your buddy Derek King at the parade, at the Southern Heritage Classic Parade. About lost my mind. Why weren't you walking up and down the street?
Well, Derek was out
dapping everybody
out
up
there on behalf of the Coliseum Coalition for Mid-South Coliseum, raising awareness for the open up those doors. And I know last time that I was here, I was talking about the Coliseum and giving an update. So they've actually pushed the Roundhouse Revival event that's going to happen inside. They pushed that to November just because they wanted to make sure they have the air quality control, at its best, just to make sure that the building is exactly the way they want. Because really, it seems like you kind of got one opportunity at this. The building is not at code. You know what I mean?
So you got to get, but they can get it to like close to code or
they can get it to where we can go in there and we can breathe nice fresh air and enjoy professional wrestling and live music. So that's going to happen in November. So I'll have the dates and all that kind of stuff for you. We're a little far out. We were telling you guys about September the last time, and they really tried to make it, but they did not want to be forced to do it outside. They wanted to have an opportunity to do it inside.
Well,
so giving us a little extra time, you got that coming up in November. So there's a lot of great wrestling action going on.
You still think what's the prognosis on the Coliseum, the whole situation there? What's the long-term prognosis? What do you think?
So the building has been saved. They're not going to tear it down. So at this point, we're doing, they're doing VIP tours. We've toured the inside. If you go to Facebook and you look up CW30 Wrestling, you'll see a whole entire photo album where Jerry Calhoun, legendary referee, Jerry the King Lawler, he toured. There's a vlog that I have where he told a really cool story about the Coliseum. So we all got in there and toured together. So to my knowledge, it is saved. At this point, they're looking for an investor to go in with the city to create something new or to redevelop the Coliseum just like they're going to do the entire fairgrounds.
It really should be like the Hall of Fame, the Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame.
There should be some sort of segment there. I don't know if it could be a standalone Hall of Fame that could live without a WWE coming in or a big company coming in.
I would love to see WWE come in. I mean, honestly, that would be the ideal situation because they have this Hall of Fame, but to my knowledge, there is no actual
place.
Place. There's not a home for this. They've put people in for decade plus.
Now the Hall of Fame is kind of a traveling thing with WWE at this point because they do the WWE WrestleMania
the experience
access.
and all that stuff.
The SummerSlam when they have really big events, they bring out all the stuff. Like a couple years ago, you could go see all Jeff Jarrett's jackets and hats that lit up and all that kind of stuff when he was inducted.
I mean, the gear is awesome, and but I would love to see it have a permanent home, a la all the other football, basketball, et cetera, all those Halls of Fame. Like professional wrestling has a unbelievable history and. I mean, there are only a few places on earth, and Memphis is certainly one of them, where it would make sense to put it, where people would understand it for what it is.
I think it might go into somewhere in Orlando, like Full Sail, where they do the NXT television.
Sense. I mean, that would make sense.
Because it's already a tourist attraction. People are already coming there to watch NXT, so why not have some sort of...
I'm just pissed that the Rockwell Hall of Fame, is in Cleveland, for God's sake. Like, Memphis needs to have... These are things that we do very, very well. It's like the barbecue Hall of Fame and let's put that in, I don't know, Toledo. Like, what do you know? I mean, what wrestling should be. Orlando's fine. It's a tourist thing, whatever. But I'm saying for the spiritual home
Right.
of wrestling, there aren't very many of those. I mean,
No.
you could argue, New York with the Garden and all the events that have happened in the
Carolinas
Garden.
are
Carolinas,
big.
Greensboro, Coliseum, something like that. Kansas City has got some of that territory. One of the territorial homes, fine. But Memphis is certainly should be in that discussion along with Dallas.
Absolutely.
And, what are those other places where wrestling was all about?
Well, I mean, I don't know if we talked about this last time, but the first ever Memphis Sports Hall of Fame, you have not one, but you have 2 professional wrestlers that were nominated
Without a doubt.
right off the jump.
Without it, and again, that's Memphis.
Yep.
Right there. So you got this event now, and for folks that have not seen Lucha Libre, you may have seen, and you probably may have seen it in the past, sometimes here and there. You've seen some different types of lucha, but full on lucha with lucha, it's a whole different.
Oh,
deal,
man. There's like almost no rules. You could fly in the ring. You can fly out of the ring. If it's a tag team Lucha Libre match, you don't even have to tag. You just dive out on your partner. Your partner comes in and he takes over. I mean, it's literally like a bunkhouse brawl tag team match.
Love the bunkhouse brawl.
And the coolest thing about the luchadors, not only the high flying, but the gear that they have, the masks, the robes, the outfits. I was watching some La Parca the other day, if you remember him, the chairman.
The chairman.
The outfits
Parker's
are
one of my favorites.
awesome.
That little dance he does. And
Yeah. So over the weekend, did you see Rey Mysterio on Fox?
Yeah.
Mark Schlereth compared him to Nacho Libre. Come on, man.
What an insult.
I unfollowed him for that.
As you should have. It's ridiculous. Ray's one of the great athletes in terms of his size and his
man.
what he's been able to accomplish. Incredible. All right, so and I would encourage everyone to seek out if you're a wrestling fan, have you ever watched like a real like a AAA show down in Mexico City or something like that? Like the pageantry is insane.
It's amazing. Yeah.
It's insane. What they do it's absolutely nuts.
Well, and when you come out on Saturday, it's absolutely free, and they're going to have all sorts of Lucha Libre masks, all sorts of different masks. So you can pick up a mask while you're there. Of course, the luchador, you'll be able to meet him. His name is Burning Star, and you should see his outfit.
It's a great
outfit.
And you though. Watch out,
he's
Burning
a friend
Star.
of mine. Burning Star.
2 hours?
Yeah. Well, no, just 1 hour.
Okay,
Come on.
I thought y'all were related.
We're not related.
I thought you guys were brothers or something.
It's
like
5-star Burning Star.
Hi, I'm Dustin Starr, 5-star. This is Burning Star, my buddy, my brother. I mean, I want to go. I want to meet him. And I want to meet. It's a great. So that's Hernando. Go over there this afternoon. I got to ask you this too, CJ. You can think about this because we were talking about this during the week, and you guys enjoyed my Dusty Rhodes just randomly dropping into hard times, Daddy. What's your favorite promo? Like you got as wrestlers, you have to let the world know of your displeasure or pleasure,
right,
as the case may be, for a particular matchup. You have to let people know what the stakes are. Woo! You got to let people know what's going on. But sometimes the promo is even better than the match. Sometimes the promos are that's what it's all about. It sells tickets. You got to get a butt every 18 inches.
Talk them into the building, get a butt every 18 inches or whatever it is now. Absolutely. And there was nobody better
now, but,
than I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo! Rolex watch wearing. Oh my gosh, I could do it all day long. But absolutely, it's got to be the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Nobody talked the talk and walked the walk like the Nature Boy Ric Flair. But flipping the coin, I was named after the American Dream Dusty Rhodes. And hard times, brother.
Hard times, Daddy.
Sometimes it's just hard times. Blue collar worker like myself, if you will.
If you will.
Dusty Rhodes was one of the greatest promos
Daddy,
of all time. And then also right here in Memphis, Jerry the King Lawler. You talk about just giving a normal, typical, everyday interview, not sounding like, let me tell you something, brother. He didn't have to yell and scream all the time. He could just hold his championship in one hand, his crown in the other, and tell you that Monday night at the Coliseum, we're going to have a barbecue. And you knew what it meant.
You knew exactly what he was talking
Somebody's
about.
getting set on fire.
For
real.
The Rock is mine.
Oh,
The Rock.
yeah, I mean,
all the phrases, the memorable, if you smell what I'm cooking, jabronis, what's going on, it doesn't matter what's going on, what's your name, it doesn't matter what your name is. Like that talk referring to himself in the third person, that arrogance is something that I just gravitated towards. Like, I want to be this guy. This guy is fun.
Oh, he was that. I don't know. There's an it factor.
Yeah.
There really is like an it factor.
There's a really good interview. It's called Grilling JR. It's a podcast. Jim Ross has his podcast with Conrad Thompson. Shout out to Conrad. Great guy. But he tells a story about when he signed The Rock.
I listen every week.
Yeah, and when you heard this, and when he pulled him away from USWA in Memphis, and they had a
Flex
sit down.
Cavana.
They were sitting in a restaurant, and Jim Ross said that the presence of a guy like The Rock, people are coming over asking me if you need anything to drink, a refill. They didn't even work there, just women trying to help him out. But that's true. When you're with somebody like The Rock that's got it doesn't take long to know that when he's in a room, he has that presence, and then he went on to one of the greatest promos ever, and him and Stone Cold Steve Austin tore it down back in the 90s.
Back and forth, the back and forth between those guys was so.
It was must-see TV. I tuned in just to see that, and then would see some wrestling matches pop off. But it was, hey, I want to hear what The Rock has to say to Stone Cold. I want to hear what Stone Cold has to say back.
Well, you got to walk that. You got to talk the talk before you can walk the walk, and you got to talk people in. That's been a wrestling staple from day one. Now Ric Flair, I totally agree with. Dusty Rhodes, phenomenal, but the guy that I absolutely adore. Two guys that I think, one guy's not underrated at all, but he's awesome, is Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as a storyteller, you talk about a guy that never have to raise his voice.
Right.
But he just kind of.
You would be quiet to listen to what he had to say.
Explain. And he was always, it made perfect sense. He explained the story of why was he mad, what had happened, what was he going to do. Beautifully. You completely understood his motivation, why he was feeling the way he was feeling going into the match. Whether you agreed, disagreed, whatever, you're captivated. And then classic $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. I mean, the laugh, the gravelly kind of, he got that extra little gruff voice thing going. Amazing. An amazing storyteller who I don't think ever got his due for being a good promo.
You know, that's true, too. And
but he always had a great
promo. WrestleMania as well. He did a lot of great stuff. He managed Andre the Giant. He helped launch the NWO as Billionaire Ted. There's a lot of stuff he did.
He's a phenomenal, great worker. Obviously, just as a guy that can, meat and potatoes, very solid worker. There's no holes in his game. Like the guy, but the promos, I don't think he got as much, but he made you so mad. If the stuff in that $100 bill in somebody's mouth, that little kid dribbling the basketball, he said, if you dribble it 15 times, I'll give you $500. He got the 14 and then kicked the ball. Oh, sorry. That is pro wrestling. In its core.
Pay you.
Oh,
yeah. What would you do? What would you do for a $100 bill?
That's right. Would you dribble basketball 15 times? Boom. Sorry, 14.
15 times.
14.
And I'd slap you if you kicked my ball.
He made, and it come to find out, this kid ended up being Rob Van Dam, but I believe he made him kiss his foot.
That's right. That was Rob Van Dam.
Kissed his
foot like a little
foot
kid. Yes.
For a $100 bill.
Yeah, definitely.
The promos, that's what it's all about. So now, the other thing that you mentioned too, Dustin, because you guys, CW30's you got Championship Wrestling going really well and building, following, doing awesome stuff. Are you happy to see you with NXT as an offshoot of WWE? There's never been, we haven't seen that competition back. They try with something different, like throw a little spinoff here, throw a little maybe Raw, SmackDown, but it hasn't really worked. And then their numbers have been kind of going down because I think people want something different, a presentation that's different. NXT looks different. It feels a little bit different. That's good. But it's still under the umbrella of WWE. AEW comes in, and they've got the TNT.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big. We haven't seen that since WCW.
Yeah.
We saw other. You saw Impact and TNA try to get there, and they kind of had
They look good and everything.
They look good, but not
right.
It just didn't quite. They were running venues. They had their own little thing in Nashville. They're smaller. It just didn't quite look. AEW could look.
Oh,
it
does.
could look.
Oh,
it does look.
Yeah.
And their pay-per-views have been awesome so far.
It looks very much like a classic WCW, maybe upgraded just a little bit. So it's very, very good. Now, NXT production quality is very good, but it's different than the WWE product. It's going to be a little more simple. It's not as Crash TV-like. You're not going to see...
It's old school. It feels old.
As
it feels
much
old school.
digital. It's like an old school... They're billing it as no BS pro wrestling, and so they've got some of the very best there.
They're great workers.
But
Phenomenal.
AEW, I believe, and Kenny Omega went on record, I think last week, and people got onto him about it, saying that NXT is a developmental company, and they have been for all these years. A developmental system, kind of like the G League is to the Grizzlies, to where guys come in, they train, they work out, and go on the road with NXT, and then they get called up. That's the goal. So that's what Kenny Omega's thing was, is, hey, you guys were talking about these guys as developmental, and now they're competing with the best in the world. AEW has some of the very best talent. Get this, these guys are so good, the Bucks, Cody, and Omega, that the Jacksonville Jaguars owner is giving them money to launch their own worldwide wrestling company. That's how over those guys got. So it'll be interesting to see. They've got the TNT studios that they're working with. You see Tony Schiavone there. He'll be teamed up, I believe, with Jim Ross. Yeah. It looks awesome. So I can't wait to see that, because if the production value is as solid as those pay-per-views, it might blow NXT out of the water the first couple of times.
Well, I think
you got to be consistent.
Yeah, the problem is going to be, I agree with you, and I hope that it is, because it would be great. But doing it week after week, that's the tricky part, man. It's as you well know. You got to do, doing 1 or 2 great shows, cool.
Man,
but that 10th show, 11th show, 12th show, whoo.
You guys are doing a show every single morning.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing a show every Saturday. I know how hard that is. Just, coming up with ideas, scripts, and commercials, and just everything that goes into it. And just imagine these guys doing it on a worldwide stage, doing it every single week. But then also you have pay-per-views, you have live events and different things like that. So their heads are going to be spinning. So we'll see.
That's why we see, like, people try to do this. Like, you do a daily show or you do a weekly show, and it's like, first few, like, everything's this is not.
I get paid to talk,
but it's the stamina. It's every single
the prep work
and making sure you have stories. In the case of AEW, that you have promo, you have stories, you have angles, things that are going to carry over, and then the next thing, and transition into the next thing. What happens when a Jericho goes somewhere else and does something else, and can you build somebody else? He will. The guy's old. He's doing a great job. He's phenomenal, but he's older. So at some point, you're going to have to are you going to build that young talent? Are people going to get on board? There's a lot of guys that could be, but they got to take that next step. They got to grab that ball.
What about MJF?
Oh, I mean,
I don't know if you've heard of this guy yet.
Phenomenal.
No.
Go to Google, YouTube. Look up MJF. The guy is absolutely hilarious. He's going to be a huge star because he's cutting edge. He's saying stuff that you think and you think they shouldn't say, but he's saying it.
Remember,
whether it's an S-bomb or whatever, I mean, he's saying it. So that's going to be very popular.
And remember the number one rule of wrestling, which is if you see it, you were probably meant to see it. So just remember that. It's very, very rarely is something ever out there that and it's all part of it's all part of it. Enjoy, embrace the whole thing. That's the beauty of it, man. Embrace it. Embrace the little bending of the rules. And I love that stuff, man, because that's what people need now. Yeah. We can't do territory days. We can't go back. As much as I like going back to it, you can't go back to the days of protecting guys and certain. It just doesn't. Yeah. It ain't gonna fly anymore.
It is too big. And then here in Memphis, for years and years, we'd go to the TV studio and we'd watch wrestling. Now we're gonna watch it on television. You can watch it on YouTube at CW30 Wrestling. We got a really good subscription base that's growing every single day, and we're doing live events, and that doesn't mean.
And you guys are putting on it's a very high level of product.
Very good production quality. I'm very, very happy. I would compare that to an NXT.
Absolutely, yeah. Now, I like that studio. I like the studio setup. It reminds me of when I would watch. You'd watch like WCW Pro back in the day, and you'd see it like when they were down in Orlando doing that stuff, and it's a nice setup, very self-contained. Everything looks good. Everything's tight. Everything, angles are good. The shots are good. Lighting's good. All that looks. You want to see that. It's an appealing product.
It is, and what we want to do here is not only have the show every Saturday, but we want to do live events and bring wrestling fans out, not just to watch wrestling and have a live setup and all that kind of stuff, but Hell in a Cell's coming up Sunday in a couple of weeks. We're going to be at Dave & Buster's with a watch party. NXT, we've talked a little bit about NXT. They're going to be at Lander Center, 5 p.m. bell time, so you can meet Maria and myself at 2:30 for a little pregame over at Three Guys Pizza Pies. It's right across the street on Church Road, right across the street from Lander Center.
Fantastic.
That means come hang out, have a beer and pizza. You're going to eat anyway, and then let's all head over to Lander Center together and watch NXT live. So things like that, and then the live event on Saturday, Fights at the Fiesta. We're going to do more of those. We're going to do some fundraising. Also in October, you're going to see a little bit of a change in the ring. The ropes are going to be turned pink, and you'll see a big campaign to body slam cancer. So we're doing everything that we can here in the local market to let people know that, hey, we are here in Memphis. There's going to be some big live events too, Peter. You're going to love that.
I would say be careful. I'm just going to tell you, Dustin, be careful because when you're out there wrestling on Saturday,
I feel a cheap shot coming.
No, this is legit. I'm being serious now. I'm putting my dislike for you to the side, just for the moment. You gotta you're wrestling. It's going to be hot as hell.
Yeah.
Like, you got to, like, I don't know, man. Wrestling outside strikes me as difficult. Like,
who you talking to? I'm the one doing it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying be careful out there, man. It's going to be like 95 degrees and a little humidity, and you got to be careful, man. You got a little little sweat and little, all this stuff. And come on, man.
As long as the sun's shining, we're going to be good. There's going to be air-conditioned bathrooms.
You don't want to get your ass kicked in the middle of the bright sunshine?
It's going to be really cool, and I never, ever get my butt kicked, especially this close to Memphis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Dustin Starr is still a jerk, but he's a terrific wrestler, and I am. And on top of that, MC duties will continue throughout. The Redbirds.
It's coming up.
It's coming up now.
Yeah, Grizzlies
Next
coming up.
Sunday is the first exhibition game.
I'll be back with the Hustle doing PA there. I cannot wait. Now, there's like 4 or 5 games where the Hustle play at the same time as the Grizzlies. I don't know how I'm going to be at 2 places at once, but the countdown is on. We're doing rehearsals. We did photo shoots and all that stuff.
Little 4-star.
I have to get him booked.
Little 3-star. All right, we got to get out of here. Dustin, thank you. As always, you can check out Hernando on Saturday. Check out CW30 Saturday mornings as well. And make sure you check out Sunday, the watch party and the pre-party for NXT and all that stuff. There's a million things going on. Go see Dustin. Let's take a break. We'll come back and continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 961 877.
Check out Dave Voloshin and Brett Norsworthy with Sports Time. Weekdays from 3 till 6 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
If you need glass replaced, there's only one name you need to know: Benswanger Glass, the largest full-service glass company in the U.S. They've been an industry leader for over 125 years. For all your residential, commercial, or auto glass needs, Benswanger Glass is the name you need to know. 24-hour emergency service for all commercial customers, plus a nationwide warranty on all professionally installed glass. Visit Benswanger Glass in Midtown, located at 340 South Hollywood, across from the Liberty Bowl. Visit their website, benswangerglass.com. Benswanger Glass.
Gun enthusiasts in the Mid-South know all about guns and ammo at 3615 Summer and 577 Goodman Road, Suite 4 at the corner of Goodman and Elmore in South Haven, because they carry the largest selection of both guns and ammo in the area. They are authorized dealers of Colt, Benelli, CZ, Smith & Wesson, Glock, Ruger, Sig Sauer, Vergara, and a lot more. If you or someone you know is looking for something for self-defense, competition, hunting, or just something that goes boom, then get to Guns and Ammo, 3615 Summer in Memphis and 577 Goodman Road, Suite 4 at the corner of Goodman and Elmore in South Haven.
I love fall. The landscape is so beautiful at Town Village Audubon Park. Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $2,300. Gourmet Chef Drew invites you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, daily check-in, monthly coffee club, themed dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
Looking for a great place to deposit your money? Try First Bank. Competitive CD rates, a money market that moves with Wall Street prime and interest-bearing checking account options. Not to mention their friendly bankers who make decisions locally. To find out more, stop by one of First Bank's 3 local branches: 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper, 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase, and 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or visit firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC.
Introducing Top Tracer Range, the new ball tracking and gaming system at Golf and Games Family Park. Top Tracer gathers data such as distance, carry, ball speed, and more. Compete against friends in a points game, long drive, and virtual golf at courses such as Pebble Beach and St. Andrews. Golf and Games Family Park is a great setting for group and company outings, golf lessons, or individual practice. Experience fun, friends, family, and introducing Top Tracer Range, the new ball tracking and gaming system at Golf and Games Family Park, 5484 Summer Avenue.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
But I never did give nothing to the Tin Man that he didn't already have. And the cause never was the reason for the evening or the topic of Sir Galahad. So please,
If you listen to the lyrics of the song, it sounds like it was written by Terrence Howard. I encourage you to look. This is called Tin Man by America. If you look up the lyrics of the song and you read them, it's straight Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard should be a professional wrestler. He's got enough of a weirdo, like a vibe. He's got a gimmick. It could work. It could work. It could work in the realm of professional wrestling. He could be, he could have something. There could be something there.
People share the gift of gab, CJ.
See,
but Oz never did give nothing to the Tin Man that he didn't already have.
Think about that.
The Tropic of Sir Galahad.
Mm-hmm. See what I mean?
Where is Galahad? Or
Galahad
who is Sir? Galahad was on King Arthur's
he was
court.
the round table, as I believe. Yeah, the lyrics to that song are cuckoo.
Okay.
It's just but that's okay. That's fine. America was on all kinds of substances.
Oh, were they now?
Sometimes late when things are real and people share the gift of gab between themselves. Some are quick to take the bait and catch the perfect prize that waits among the shelves. I mean, come on. We all know about that.
Yes.
That makes perfect
Many
sense.
a time I find the perfect prize waiting amongst the shelves.
But it's true. Oz didn't give anything to the Tin Man they didn't already have.
Correct.
Got to remember that.
Always.
It's right inside.
It's in you.
It's a flower waiting to be opened up.
Ooh.
The third eye waiting to be opened.
I don't think this has anything to do with that eye. Even that third eye roll is rolling.
I appreciate Dustin Starr coming in, even though, like I said, he's a jerk.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he came.
I don't think he's a jerk, and I too appreciate him coming in. He's a good guy.
No, I mean that's debatable, but it was nice. It was nice for him to take some time out of his schedule. And I'm excited for the folks down in North Mississippi. There's gonna be a lot going on.
Yeah.
Between Saturday, Sunday with NXT at South Haven, Hernando. That sounds like that's Austin Eldridge's music I hear from the North Mississippi squadron.
Yeah, down there in my neck of the woods.
Why you got to head out? You got to head out to say hello.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a pro wrestling show?
I have not seen it in person.
Well, then you got it. Wow.
It's right there, though. It's right,
Dude.
It's right there.
Go, it's fun.
Let me tell you,
it's
something.
very fun.
It's so much fun.
I'll check it
Wrestling
out.
in person is so great. I cannot stress this enough to everybody out there. Even if you are not a fan at all, even if you were just like, I don't even understand what you're a hater, as I like to say.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a hater, it's still like in terms of entertainment value, the fun of it all, the compelling nature of the it's awesome. It is awesome. If you go and you get into it and you say, I'm just going to go and scream. I'm going to go to have fun. It's awesome.
Why would you go to a wrestling event and not go and
Some
scream?
people do. I don't know.
The
I don't know.
energy and I've been to several wrestling events. I've never been to a WWE NXT thing, but I've been to several of the local wrestling events. And the energy in there, you feel it. And it's just a good time. It's a good time.
I've been to, big, small, everything in between. And there's nothing like it. And particularly the intimate stuff, because you can really feel dude, I bust Dustin's chops all the time, but the guy can work, and people don't understand how difficult professional wrestling is in terms of athleticism. The requirements that you need to be good at it are beyond the pale of almost any athletic type thing, because here's the deal. If you get hurt, too bad. You got to keep going.
You got to finish it.
You got to finish it.
Got to keep it rolling.
You got to keep it rolling. And you are playing your role while you're also competing and doing all this. So you have the one element of performance while also actually doing the athletic stuff that you need to do, taking care of your opponent, taking care of the situation, making sure you know what everything's going on. It's hard. And that's why like you do, like football players have come in and tried to do professional wrestling. Like guys are in really good shape and they're like, I can't even work for like 3 minutes without I'm what they say, blown up. Like I'm like I can't. You try falling down and getting up, falling down, get up,
falling down, get up, fall down, get up, pick somebody else up, drop them.
Fall down,
fall down, get back up. It's hard.
It's just forget anybody else. Just get in like a ring or get on some surface that you can fall on, get a mat or something, and
up down.
Do 10 up downs. Now add all the other running around, everything else to that. I mean, so I have nothing but incredible respect for those guys and for what they do and for the work they put in. It is legit, like difficult, and it's awesome. So the shout out to our pro wrestling guys. The Peter Buster.
Ooh,
gonna work. We're gonna work on that.
Okay,
but I think I can do that. I have to work on that. My policy on the wrestling is always I work with those moves in the pool with my kids.
Children. Yes.
Yeah, that's how I work out the kinks on the we get all that. But
good.
The kids will Pool season's almost over, so I think I have to figure out. I don't know if I can.
When is the end of pool season? Are we going till Halloween with this thing?
Technically, it's supposed to be like Labor Day, I believe.
I know what technically is, but it's still hot.
It's still gonna be hot for the next it's gonna be hot into October.
Yeah,
well into October. Mm-hmm. So if you got a pool, cool.
It's always pool season.
Let me know what's going on.
Yes.
Give me a heads up. I'd appreciate that. In the meantime, we talked about the lack of institutional control that is levied at the University of Kansas, the basketball program. Bill Self, who is also individually charged with head coach responsibility violations. And if this were to actually be proven and taken through the NCAA, this would be very, very bad. Good news for Kansas is that won't happen. At least in my view, it won't. It certainly won't happen. And there's nothing for them to really worry about. This is something that we've seen what appeared to be an open and shut case with regard to North Carolina and their academic situation. That they couldn't get the goods. They couldn't actually hold them to it. Does the NCAA really want to? All these member institutions. Remember, this is a volunteer group, theoretically comprised of each of these schools and all these member institutions. Do they really want to actually go through with all this? Do they really want to punish a team that's one of the big money makers in the NCAA tournament? Does it make any sense for an institution? Think about this. This is open that third eye. Let's open the flower life here for a second.
Okay.
Does it make any sense for an institution that makes its money primarily from the men's basketball tournament to punish one of the teams that makes the men's basketball tournament so appealing financially? Does it make any sense for them to withhold anything from the customer, which in this case is CBS and Turner, to make that product less valuable?
No, especially when you've got what's popping off in California and New York right now, and other states looking to do the same. NCAA is crumbling piece by piece, brick by brick, down to the ground. So you do not want to, in this situation, punish a Kansas team, which you point out. Like they are one of those programs that draw us into the pageantry and the storylines of March. And you're going to cut them out? Nah, you can't do that. And you don't want to do that.
No. I mean, that's the thing. You absolutely don't. And it doesn't make any sense for them to. But this is what I'm saying. There's all these different types of competing interests here that theoretically, if you were just like looking at it purely as a rule situation, yeah, Kansas is. I mean, they're dead in the water. I mean, there's plenty to convict them. But does it make any sense for the NCAA to actually go through with that?
No.
Again, financially, they're dependent upon these member institutions to keep that money rolling in from CBS and everywhere else. So punishing them is self-defeating. It made much more sense when there wasn't this incredible amount of money piled in on the men's basketball side in particular. When you were just an enforcement agency made up of all the institutions, just like a lot of these institutions that are out there, yeah, you withhold, you make sure that everything's on the up and up and all that. But when you here's a check for $1.1 billion every year for the next 20 years, that changes everything.
So I want to make sure I'm getting what you're saying correct, because I kind of zoned out there. I was in my mental mind. You're telling me, if I got this correct,
okay, yeah,
that in the past, when the NCAA, when it was running more like an amateur thing, it made more sense to enforce amateur rules. But when money started to come in, billions of dollars started to come in, it makes it the enforcement of those amateurism rules, they no longer make sense for the NCAA as a organization.
Correct.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense financially for them.
Okay.
It does make sense for them to if they were consistent with their values, but they're clearly not. We've seen that over the years, so that their values are
financially.
Yes,
it stopped making financially when it stopped being amateur.
Again,
it
when
stopped
was the last
making
time?
sense.
When was the last time you saw a program put on the death penalty?
SMU.
Exactly. What were the financial terms at that time?
It's not this.
It ain't this.
It ain't this.
Close to this.
It's nowhere near this.
Not even in the
SMU in the 80s.
Ballpark.
We hadn't even made the jump to like national. It was still regional.
Pretty much.
It was pretty much
there was
regional.
a national game, pretty much, but it was definitely not.
You rocked really hard in your region because that's all you could see. And now with TV,
and guess what? You're never going to see it.
No,
you're never going to see it again because again, why would you kill your own goose? It's laying this beautiful golden egg. Why would you? What's the point of that? So it's always toothless. It's always toothless. They'll punish an Ole Miss. They'll punish a Missouri.
They were forced to do that, though.
Well, but I mean, they have to punish somebody, and those schools, while they have their own traditions and are by no means small schools, they are not the biggest of the big. So North Carolina, one of the biggest of the big, you had them dead to rights. I've proven that they basically invented the Afro-American studies, these classes out of whole cloth. And we knew that.
Yeah.
And it primarily benefited players, but not exclusively benefited players. And therefore, it's beyond the purview of the NCAA. Well, that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yes, this nothing will come of this.
No.
My prediction, 0 penalty, 0, maybe a slight inconvenience from Kansas. That'll be that on that.
I agree. You don't want to if you're the NCAA. You're losing money. And you are not an amateur. The NCAA is not an amateur athlete. The NCAA as an organization is not this student athlete. They are a company trying to make money. This is business. And this is a business decision. You don't want to do it. You're losing money.
That's it.
You're going to lose programs.
Let's take a break. I agree with you. We'll come back, wrap up this edition of the Experience Live in the Family Leisure Studios. Peter and CJ with you. Sports 56 96 187.7.
Get happy with Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Weekday afternoons from 1 till 3 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Sundays and Mondays are special at the Butcher Shop, celebrating over 35 years of serving the Mid-South by giving a big thank you to you, their loyal customers. You can come in, relax, watch your favorite games, and enjoy hand-cut steaks along with a premium bar. Sunday and Monday nights from 5 until 8:30, you can get select entrees for $25. That includes a salad, baked potato, and bread, and you don't have to pick one, you get all three. Some of those entrees are 10-ounce New York strip steak, slow-roasted prime rib, Atlantic salmon with dill sauce, marinated grilled chicken breast, grilled boneless pork chops, and crab-stuffed shrimp. Plus, all appetizers and desserts are 20% off. Don't forget, Hamburger Friday every Friday from 11 to 2. It's the best. The Butcher Shop, always a Memphis tradition. Call 901-757-4244, 901-757-4244 for more information, or just stop in at 107 South Germantown Parkway in Cordova. The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Need physical therapy but don't know where to go? Tried physical therapy but had a bad experience? Grab your physician's referral and head to Revolution Physical Therapy at the corner of Goodman and Getwell. At Revolution PT, you'll get one-on-one, hands-on therapy. Better and more thorough than just going to the gym. Revolution is locally owned and staffed by neighbors who care about your maximum recovery. And they accept all major insurances. Certified in dry needling, expert in myofascial release. Always relaxed and friendly. Revolution Physical Therapy is just what you need.
I want to invite you to come by the Spirit Shop. You know, that little log cabin on Poplar? Your liquor and wine oasis. The Spirit Shop has been providing sports fans their beverage needs since way back in 1969. So come in now and get ready for the big game. Whether your favorite team wins or loses, the Spirit Shop will help you celebrate or ease that pain away. The Spirit Shop is open every day, and they're located perfectly at 4848 Poplar. That's the corner of Poplar and St. Nick.
AC trouble? Make your first call your last call. Call Air Doctors of Memphis, 901-598-HVAC. Owner Matt Davis is a third-generation full-service air conditioning specialist. Air Doctors of Memphis services all major brands, and labor and parts are guaranteed 100%. Their yearly AC checkup is only $60, and 24-hour emergency service is billed at normal rates. Your comfort is their highest priority. Contact airdoctorsofmemphis.com or call 901-598-HVAC.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Oh, missing you.
Air horn is so good on these songs. I just air horn at any point in time. The headline: Mitch Trubisky explodes for 3 touchdowns after 0 in first 2 weeks. I wonder what happened. What was the difference? What was the difference for Mitch Trubisky?
Mitch probably really focused on his game. Really went out there and studied film, and everybody says the biggest jump is from week 1 to whatever the hell week you play Washington Redskins.
That's exactly that's for sure. The jump is the only bigger jump is when you play the Dolphins. But otherwise, yes, you're correct. It's amazing. How can you just it's remarkable. I heard on when our friend Austin was doing the he was doing a little 6 to 7 show this morning. In for Keith and Elliott on the press box, and I heard him extolling the virtues of the Buffalo Bills and talking about how great their defense has been. And I just want to remind,
very surprising.
I want to remind my friend that the reason their defense is so good is because they played the Jets, the Giants, and the Bengals.
Well, now
again, we have to look at these things in context. That's at least two of the 4 worst teams in football, you would think, and then the Bengals are probably bottom 10 quality, I would say, based on
what matters is Bills Mafia is happy, Peter. Now, that's what matters.
What do we think is going to happen when they play the Patriots? Now, if they hold the Patriots to 17 points, something like that, okay, all right, now we're getting somewhere. Because the Jets scored 16, the Giants scored 14, Bengals scored 17. If a similar number from the Patriots, yeah, you can color me impressed, and I'll jump right on top of that bandwagon.
New York team.
Until then, I will say no.
Combined record of those teams is what, 1-8?
Yeah.
Well, they haven't played that many games yet, but close.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a combined record. They've all played 3 games.
This NFL season.
The Giants got 1 win, and the other 2 are 0-3.
Yeah, this NFL season is it's a little early again. So everything is dependent, much like the Trubisky thing. It's dependent on who you play. You played some tough teams. He didn't look good. You played some bad teams. We take everything into context. There's only a few things that we know for absolute certain about some of these teams. There's only some teams that we know for absolutely 100% positive. We know, for example, like Pat Mahomes is extremely good. Like, we don't need to worry about, is there some like opponent-based thing going? No, no. We know he's extremely good, and that's that. But we don't know the same. We don't know that like Mitch Trubisky's like gotten better.
Oh, we know he hasn't.
Odds are he hasn't.
We know absolutely he hasn't.
Odds are he has not. I'm curious also, what's the line of that New England Buffalo game? What do you think? What would you say the line would be of that game?
Patriots 6.5.
Are you looking at it right now?
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm going to say Patriots 4.5.
It is a 7-point line as we speak right now. So you were right on top of it. Opened at 6 and jumped to 7.
Moved. Okay.
Pretty early on. So this is one of the I will. You can give me all of New England. That's that may be the very first NFL game I put on my board.
I thought we couldn't get NFL games on. You told me I couldn't.
You're the one who said you could do whatever you wanted.
And then you told me not to.
High school games are next.
I just said you could do high school games.
Oh, okay. I got high school and NFL confused. They sound the same.
You can't do high school games because I said whatever you can find a line for, put it on there. I'd definitely find a legit line for an NFL game. So if you want to do whatever you want with a legit line. I said find me a legit high school line from an actual
publication,
a bookmaker of some sort.
Okay, I'll find it.
And if you do, then we can talk.
Hey, I know it's not Friday, but my boys came through in the high school, baby. Roll Red. That's what I'd like to see.
Who?
NBA.
Oh, they took down MUS, huh?
Yep. Here we go.
Texter asks, would NCAA pound a non-Power 5 school if it did what Kansas did? Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course. If Memphis had done what Kansas did,
done.
Kapow.
Tulsa, you bet. Any school in the MEAC? Yep. Long Island? Yep. Long Beach State? You know it.
Yep. But, that's how this whole thing works. Big thanks to Dustin Starr for stopping by.
Thank you,
thanks
Dustin.
to Austin. Great job.
Thank you, Austin.
Austin and Dustin.
Hey, middays. Ken Niumatalolo's going to come on. And Coach Norvell as well. And Don Wade.
Are they coming on at the same time? Is it going to be like a coach?
Yes,
coach?
I think. Probably not.
The coaches show.
Get in there, get after it.
Probably not. That's definitely.
What's his coach? What's
not.
Navy's coach's name again?
Niumatalolo.
Man, you got that.
I got Niumatalolo. Got nothing for Anthony Kopovo. Got nothing for him.
Niumatalolo like that.
I can get Anthony Kopovo. I got nothing for him.
Yeah, that's why I can't thank you. We got to get out of here. Have a great Tuesday, everybody.